80 degrees in Roswell, down to 85 at Carlsbad Artesia at 82 degrees. Hobbs and Lovington in the upper 70s. Then temperatures around 80 degrees by tomorrow, blowing dust. 83 blowing dust, not only in Roswell, but Carlsbad Artesia, and even our studios in Lovington. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Good morning and welcome.
So what are we doing today?
Are you ready to be entertained?
Who's doing the morning show?
Morning show?
Good morning, show.
We are.
You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy.
All the better.
All the better.
We wake up early so you don't have to.
You know, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
Enough chit-chat.
Let's get the show started.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. God bless America. Tweet of the day on the way. Tom A. in the studio.
Morning.
Showing up right on time. Right, like 2 minutes away from showtime. He's there. It's a hell of a job if you can get it.
I love it, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get it, it's a hell of a job. Question of the day, and Blake is in the studio doing the things that Tom can't do. So. The question of the day this morning is, if you are willing to part with it, what do you own that you could actually sell and make money enough to survive? Okay. So what actually could you sell? Well, I mean, you know, just to get by. I mean, at that point, you're trying to just
make a couple bucks.
Yeah, make a couple bucks and continue to. So, Tom, you have anything in your possession?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, what would it be?
And I thought we had auctioned it off, but we hadn't.
Your plasma?
No, my Dallas Cowboy helmet. Yeah.
You actually think...
Who signed that?
You actually think you're going to get money for that?
Well, but they went for a good cause the first time. Rebecca Long bought the helmet.
So, but what actually do you think you're going to get for that helmet?
Well, at least $1,000. Tony Dorsett's autographed that helmet. Susanna Martinez, too.
That's not authentic.
Yes, it sure was.
No, Tony Dorsett.
You got a certificate?
God bless Tony Dorsett. I mean,
right. Remember we went to that.
Great guy back in the day, but they shouldn't let him.
Yeah.
They shouldn't let him doing public speaking. It was sad. It was sad. I mean, his faculties are diminished.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude shouldn't need the money because...
So this, I just want to clarify, this is your bank?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Tony Dorsett signed helmet.
Well, right now.
Well, mini helmet. I'm looking. $593. $535.
Legit.
That's legit. I'll take $1,000.
I have a Jeep and a trailer that I got up for sale right now.
Mm-hmm.
500. I got some gold that would be several thousand, and still got some silver I could probably, and then of course all the wife's jewelry. Of course, that's got to be at least 25,000. Easy.
Say, silver and gold and stuff doesn't really count, does it? Because that's kind of its own monetary thing.
Yeah, I mean, she keeps buying more and more. I gave her money for her birthday, and guess what she bought? More gold. So if we ever need to pawn that,
if the dollar crashes, which your president's trying to do.
Yeah, we're in the money. Yeah, but I got gold bars and a little bit of silver yet. I sold some of them.
Like I said, I got my Jeep and my off-road trailer up for sale, camper. So if anybody's looking for a good rig, let me know.
Get in touch with Blake. Yeah.
Already got one on the text for you.
Yeah. It's a Coachman Clipper. So you can go look that up. It's off-road. I changed out the axle on it, so it's the same size clearance as my Jeep and all that kind of stuff.
Man, trade you already early because they want. The texter says, "Yeah, send me your number there, Blake."
I will.
There you go, Blake.
I will.
Send it. Clean out your bookshelf day going on today. Tom, you ever cleaned out your bookshelf?
Yeah, sure did. You got no books in it.
It had like a phone book on it. That was it. Hey, Blake, what was the name of the movie that we talked about off the book?
Atlas Shrugged.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right.
Ayn Rand.
SCRUGGS?
SHRUGGED.
Oh, SH. Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah. So I am going to check that out because I've got a clip from that, and it was very interesting. I said, "What is this movie? I got to see it." So I'm going to get to that. Love Your Pet Day. By the way, I posted a video this morning of me feeding French fries to the new puppy and Gumbo. So Gumbo and Rice both eating French fries. Most dogs will not eat French fries. My dogs eat anything. I train them bananas, strawberries. They can't eat grapes, of course. Mm-hmm. I was told that. National Solidarity of Muslim, Arab, and South Asian Immigrants, whatever the hell that is. National Handcuff Day. Tom, you ever had a pair of handcuffs?
I've been
dressed
handcuffed
like
once.
a woman, but you never, had the handcuffs. No. Okay. I just want to make sure. Leadership Day going on today. National Muffin Day.
Muffins.
Yeah. Tom, do you like Muffin Top?
No.
Because you got one. National Student Volunteers Day and Social Justice Day. We got to have that Social Justice Day. Yeah, President Biden frequent used a shorter ladder than they've been using in Air Force One. I don't know if you guys saw that. The ladder is much shorter now, so he won't fall down the ladder. It's like the short bus for Biden. So Biden used the shorter stairs nowadays on various trips, and Joe certainly accomplishes a lot. I mean, he is the first person in the history of America to fall up the stairs.
Right.
I mean, he accomplished it. Lawmakers in New York City are pushing a ban on Tide Pods, the single-use laundry detergent product because of climate consciousness. And, of course, people in New York might eat them. You never can tell. But they're trying to ban Tide Pods. I have no idea why. And which month are you most likely to die?
Ooh.
Any idea?
I'm going to say December.
January.
January is America's deadliest month based on the data. 66.8 million deaths going all the way back to 1990. It is the most lethal month of the year. February, March, with December ranking fourth. So January, and then February, and then March, and then December. So the first quarter sucks.
Yeah.
And Home Improvement Zachary Ty Bryan was arrested and charged with felony DUI. That kid has had a tough row. But somewhere, I think, in December, he was arrested for domestic violence. And here we go with another DUI. I think that's multiple for him. And the $25 million mansion that belongs to Denver's Broncos, Russell Wilson, is up for sale.
Of course.
Could that be a sign?
Yeah.
Could be.
It could be.
It's a nice mansion, too.
All right, 16 minutes after the hour of 6. We are BM, the Breakfast Club. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by WWRB. 3 RV parks in one. Quiet place to lay your head. 162 RV hookups, all in Carlsbad. They offer 30 and 50 amps, and, of course, all utilities available for one low price. And that includes high-speed internet wired right to your hookup. you like streaming movies and, gaming and that type of stuff, that's not going to be a problem. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. Give them a call, 988-0392, or go to the website, www.rv3.com. Sunny today. It's going to be up to 80. Yes, 80 today. 44 tonight, 82 tomorrow, but the wind will be blowing, and those gusts getting up to about 40 miles an hour tomorrow. By Friday, temperatures are going to be about 69 and sunny. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. All your farm supplies and ranch supplies, your certified Purina dealer. They got Western Wear, work gear, the Annex, and a full-service hardware store at their location, 1105 East 2nd and Roswell. Also online at roswelllivestock.com. If you're in Capitan, check out the Lincoln County Mercantile. Tom in the text, 617. We're going to talk about Texas and the Biden administration. Locking horns. We'll get to that next.
Text, the reason why January is the most deadliest month is because you get the credit card bill in.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And New York, this texter says, Jody from Lovington, by the way, is banning the Tide Pods because you can die from eating them. And 80% of New York, well, is Democrat.
Well, I mean, don't eat them. My God. Don't eat them.
J-Dub from Hobbs is chiming in. He says, you might give that helmet to a boater. They can use it to bail water out of a sinking boat.
Oh.
J-Dub. Laugh out loud.
Let me ask you this much. If you bit into something and it tastes like a toxic rainstorm.
Right.
Well, I mean, would you keep eating it?
No.
No. And my mother has washed my mouth out with soap multiple times. I didn't die.
Right.
I remember my grandmother made me chomp and swallow soap back in the day for cussing. I didn't die. It did form it was its own laxative, though. I will say that. I was farting bubbles for days. It was
right.
Not fun. I mean, you tried going to school and being the only kid there that can fart bubbles. I mean, you would think that you'd be special, but oh, no. The way that worked.
Buddy.
All right, still to come, we got the thought for the day, tweet of the day. Texas and the Biden administration lawyers are facing off in court over a new law making it illegal to cross into the state. And Texas handing out penalties, jail time, and deportation. So our federal government is saying, well, Texas can't deport.
Good luck.
And, the first thing I say, well, then why don't you come and do your damn job?
Yeah.
Come and do your job so Texas will not have to do it.
Sounds legit.
But, yeah, I guess it's not going to work out, right? 30-day session, 72 bills out of 658 bills that lawmakers tried to pass. 72 bills passed. And Michelle Lujan Gresham has already said it's a matter of public safety. We are going to have a public, another session, a special session. Can't wait for that. Lawmakers did approve 3 election-related bills in this 2024 legislative session. So one of the bills would enhance the interrogation and security of elections. Yeah, Maggie Toulouse-Oliver said in a press release with the election funds and mandatory disclosure of AI generated, that all falls under that one bill. And then lawmakers passed Senate Bill 108. The bill allows the transfer of money from the state general use fund to the state's election fund. And there was a House Bill 182 aimed to boost transparency when it comes to AI. Mm-hmm. And Senate Bill 5 aimed to keep unauthorized guns away from those polling centers. We cannot have guns at polling centers. Somebody might shoot a booth or something. I mean, never.
So my question is how this came up. Why is it all of a sudden near a polling center?
Oh, well, because...
Do we have a history of people pulling a gun at a polling center?
Never. Ever.
I've never heard it.
So why?
And, I mean, if you're trying to intimidate somebody at a polling center, yeah, you should be arrested for that.
Absolutely. But
no doubt.
Why all of a sudden this law right now? Like, why? What are they planning?
Guns are bad.
Why? What are they planning? That somebody would want to be armed at a polling center?
Yeah, I don't know. That is the bigger question. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. Wakefield Oil, dependable, excellent service, on-road, off-road, boom or bust. It doesn't matter. They get out in the patch and they deliver to you. And they deliver unleaded gas, DEF value, diesel, interstate batteries. Find them on the web at wakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield, who close to 40 years ago, brought the family to New Mexico. And thought for the day this morning is good friends don't let you do stupid things alone. I'm not saying that you won't do it, but at least you're not alone.
Right.
Yeah. All right, tweet of the day coming up. We got to get to the price of oil this morning. And the Border Patrol Union had something to say. The union head had something to say about the Democrats. I'm going to get to that story coming up next. Tom in the text.
It's a nice mansion, too. Tom A. has apparently visited Russell Wilson in Denver.
I mean, him and Sierra are best of buds.
Right.
I mean, they go way back. Way back. He was trying on her underwear, a long time ago.
Told you.
Yeah.
No, I see it in pictures. I see that in pictures of NFL players. So, yeah, it's a nice mansion. Another texter said, muffin top? Tom? Oh, that's like a busted can of biscuits. That texter. Okay. And
you almost made this coffee go through my nose.
That's funny.
The question today, willing to part with something, the question, and this texter says, how about a casa, a gold, silver, and guns? Okay.
Sure.
Don't give up
Wait,
guns.
I was going to say,
don't give them up.
Guns?
Don't give those up. You might need them one day.
Right. And there we go.
I get two.
Well, I got the other one, but I don't know what that meant. It's kind of a sexy one.
Which one, Tom?
A sexy one?
A Mario B. from Lovington.
All right, hold on.
Did you just say a sexy one?
Well, it has a connotation of sexy stuff.
He said that he would sell himself as a sex worker.
And what's the problem with that?
Well, I don't know. Perverted, I guess.
Hey, hard times, okay? Hard times bring on hard times, okay?
That's what he has for sale.
I guess. All right, there you go. Oh, one that just, no, I'm going to read it because this guy sent it, okay? But, guys, I don't know if it sounds racist, but I'm going to say it. Guys, it happens to be that the Black Panthers had guns at a polling place. I didn't hear nothing about that.
I do remember that. That was in Philadelphia. Look, if you're waving around a gun as people are going in, that's different. And guess what? We already have laws against that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember that. I do believe it was Philadelphia. That happened. That's intimidation. That's totally.
Yeah.
And that was 2008.
Really?
When Obama was running for president. Yeah.
And they threatened people if they didn't vote for him that they would do things?
I don't think they went that far. I don't think they went that far.
Well, and voter intimidation is wrong regardless. And we do, like you said, we have laws against that.
Right.
Yeah, we have laws against that. We do. All right, 6:27. Let me get to the tweet of the day since Tom will not read any text this morning. I'm going to have to drag it out.
He's busy updating his OnlyFans page.
Yeah, God bless. It's called Brown Whales on OnlyFans, in case you want to go check it out.
Yeah.
All right, the tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by King Driving Academy. They're a CDL training school, and it's a 4-week course taught by a licensed, state-certified CDL instructor. These guys have a 4-week course. They do 2 weeks of training, hands-on, and then they take you on the road for 2 weeks of driving. And by the time you finish, you're ready to go and take that test. They offer flexible course, and also evening classes are available. Make sure and mention Be in the Breakfast Club. Get $500 off that enrollment fee. 575-441-7835 or see them at 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. Tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. The tweet of the day this morning, we're flashing you back to a day where we give you a history lesson. Now, kids, I talked yesterday about learning moments. This is a learning moment. So you know when you go to school, who freed the slaves? What party freed the slaves?
Well,
so here we go.
The new Western territories with the aim of abolishing it entirely. This effort, however, was dealt a major blow by the Supreme Court in the 1857 case, Dred Scott versus Sandford. The court ruled that slaves aren't citizens, they're property. The 7 justices who voted in favor of slavery, all Democrats. The 2 justices who dissented, both Republicans. The slavery question was, of course, ultimately resolved by a bloody civil war. The commander-in-chief during that war was the first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, the man who freed the slaves.
So a Republican freed the slaves. Mm-hmm. So, by the way, there's a great course, and that's from Prager University.
Yep.
You can go and get these courses for your kids on Prager University. Pretty cool. All right, 628. We are B and the Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across Southeast New Mexico. Exceptional construction and siding services, residential services. They offer all your construction, commercial, and industrial-type metal buildings. They also, maybe you've got some issues with your gutters, always filling up with leaves and that type. They offer seamless gutters. You'll never have to clean those ever again. They offer roofs. If you still haven't finished up with your insurance claim to have your roof redone, look, they do metal roofs and shingle roofs. And, of course, they can completely make over your house on the outside with brand new siding and windows and doors and metal roofs, and you name it, they can do it all. Find them today at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. 575-391-1430. And these guys are different than any other construction company. Number one, they give a darn. They care about their work. They do. They do. I've got multiple friends that have done business with them, and they all say the same thing. Give them a call, 575-391-1430. Call them today. Border Patrol Union head says that the Democrats aren't willing to secure the border. It's just Abbott. This guy is the Border Patrol Union president, Brandon Judd, and he said Democrats do not care about the southern border. The only one that cares about securing the southern border is Greg Abbott. Let that sink in for just a second. You know, we hear about, well, the Republicans didn't sign this bill and do this and that. This is from the Border Patrol Union. He represents the Border Patrol.
The Republicans didn't sign the bill because it had nothing for the border.
Yeah.
It was all for foreign countries.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, I got to get to a bunch of stuff. The View talking about, should Trump actually debate Joe Biden?
That show is still on.
Yes, right. they're still on, and you've got a bunch of bitter women. But yeah,
but they got like a rating of like.
But this is actually a great question. Should Biden debate Trump?
Yes.
And here's what they said.
But if you know who becomes the nominee,
wait, there you go again. They can't even say his name. Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
But if you know who becomes the nominee, do American voters need to see Biden debate him on the issues?
Yes, I think it's critically important for democracy, and here's why. We live in a media ecosystem where you can almost choose your own news, and some folks choose their own facts. So you can watch certain outlets, and you're only going to get one side of any story. It is critically important that the American people see the juxtaposition on issues.
I
agree.
I agree, and I would actually pay per view to see that. I would.
And it's funny because she said, and some sides choose their own facts. And I was sitting here thinking, yeah, you.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt. All right, I got a story I got to do because it's news. And let me just say the first part of this stuff. Dwayne Pinnick is my guy. Me and him stand lock center. And let me just say, somebody batters me, I'm battering them. I will just say that. Hobbs City Commissioner Dwayne Pinnick has been charged with battery after supposedly he punched somebody in the parking lot of Lowe's. So, and Dwayne Pinnick's version of this is that the guy waved his finger at him and said he was going down and spit at him, and he threw a punch. So, and supposedly they have bad blood to begin with. And so Dwayne Pinnick is a perfect example of a man's man.
That's right.
And I would rather somebody, I mean, in the world of today where we have people shooting each other, I have no problem with people just hitting each other. I'm going to be honest, because people walk away from this. So, and by the way, charged does not mean guilty. Charged does not mean that you're guilty of anything. Doesn't mean that you're guilty of anything. But I will say, Dwayne Pinnick is, he's a veteran. He's a man's man. So I'm just going to throw it out there like that. And if you spit in my face, that's what Dwayne is contending. If you spit in my face, I'm probably going to punch you too. But that's just me. God bless.
Yeah.
Well, and the person who was the other side of that did just text in.
Okay. I'm just saying that's what they're saying. So what is he saying?
Oh, he's going into more of it and then throwing some allegations out there as well, and against him and another commissioner. And
so I'm just saying, and that story is going to be all over the place. So
it's pretty long. So
yeah. So
hey man, someone spits in my face, man. Especially Dwayne. The guy's got cannons on. You seen the pythons on this guy? I mean, Dwayne, you don't mess with Dwayne. I'm just telling you.
Well, evidently not, Tom.
He's my friend too.
All right, Biden to go to the UN Security Council and force temporary ceasefire on Israel. Wait a second. So Biden, instead of going to Netanyahu is going to go to the UN Security Council and say, we're going to force them to ceasefire. You know, I got an election coming up. Is that the way that's going to go? I mean, can the UN force Netanyahu to a ceasefire after Netanyahu has been attacked?
I don't know. You think that you think that they can try to force Israel to do something, but can they really force Israel to do something?
I don't think they can. I do not think they can.
I mean, if that's the case, why can't they force Russia to stop whatever they're doing?
Well, because they're not UN, evidently. Even though Biden he's a little confused about Ukraine being a member of the UN. Yeah. All right, 636, Trump supporting truckers vow their boycott will shut down New York City. after, of course, New York City judge hands down that $355 million fraud ruling. And I have a bigger question. Blake, where does this money go? Because there is nobody that suffered. Think about this. Nobody suffered. Nobody had a grievance with Trump.
No,
so
just that DA.
Yeah, well, where does the $355 million go?
I don't recall seeing where they said that would go. So
well,
to the city of New York?
Why should the city of New York get it? I mean, usually if there's somebody that was injured, the plaintiff gets the money. There is no plaintiff.
Right.
So I'm just wondering where this $355 million goes. Nobody has asked that question. I would like to answer. I really would. I have no idea. Man sentenced for a shooting at a New Mexico State police officer's home. The man charged with opening fire in Roswell on a New Mexico State police officer will spend more than a decade behind bars. On Thursday, Jonah Flores, 26, was sentenced to 10.5 years for shooting at a dwelling or occupied building. And so the judge gave him 10 years. Is 10 years enough?
I don't know. It's one of those things. I haven't seen all of the things in that. And on one hand, I want to say yes, it is. And on the other hand, it's not.
I mean, I hate drive-by shootings. I mean, what if you would have shot the state police, his little boy or little girl or innocent victim? His wife had nothing to do with your beef against this guy.
Right. But he didn't.
Thank God nobody was injured.
Right. And that's why the 10-year thing is like,
Yeah. Thank God nobody was injured. Michigan asked residents to help out. This is funny. Michigan begging residents of Michigan to help out with the migrant housing. What about the homeless people living on the street, the American citizens? Can we help out with that? No. So they're looking for volunteers to house the migrants from Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, Venezuela, and other origins unknown. Can we get a couple Chinese in there? Maybe they can cook some fried rice and some wonton. I'm just asking. Michigan begging for people to take them in. 639. If you're driving this morning on 128, exit this morning. Exit on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles and fill her up today. Twin Wells Fuel Station accepting all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. You can fill up with unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, and DEF value. Check them out today. Right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Price of oil this morning. We're going to get to that. Man sues after a $340 million Powerball prize was denied to the D.C. lottery website mistake. John Cheeks. He did not turn the other cheek, by the way, Blake. Checked his Powerball numbers on January 7th of 2023. And he saw them listed, the winning combination on the D.C. lottery website, saying that there was somebody that won $340 million.
Whoa.
So called a friend, took a picture of the website. Then he went to sleep. Next day, the numbers changed.
Oh, no.
So somebody had inputted the numbers incorrectly on that website, and now he wants some of that money.
Wow.
Got any case?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get 340, but I think he should get something.
Sure.
Because, what if he'd have went out and bought a house and a car and all kind of other stuff after thinking he would want the lottery? I'm just asking. All right, Tom, price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Currently, they are hiring along with CUD Oilfield. Get in touch with CUD Energy Services. Get in touch with them because they are looking to hire you. Service supervisors and training programs, CDL required. Diesel mechanics, they're looking for you. Electric technicians, the E-Techs, looking for you. Equipment operators, CDL required, looking for you. Experienced pressure pump hands, they are looking for you. And housing is available. They offer one of the best benefit packages in the industry. And they also offer top pay. Apply today at Great Oilfield Jobs, or you can text them at 63566, greatoilfieldjobs.com. Price all this morning, Tom.
West Texas Intermediate, $78.75, $82.76 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas, $1.57.
All right, ask the question. Tom, I'm going to go to you first.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it would be okay for individuals that are not citizens to serve in the military? Now, I posed this question a couple months ago. Hold up, I got to sneeze.
Bless you.
Bless me. So I asked this question a couple months ago as a friend here in the Philippines. Their son is actually in America and went on, I think, a tourist visa, but is now getting into the military. And I said at the time, what loyalty does he have for America? So hold that question for a second as you listen to this brand new bill that is rolling out called the Courage to Serve Act. And I got to admit, I'm torn on this.
There is no higher honor than serving your country in uniform.
And that honor could be extended to migrants under a new bill introduced by Hudson Valley Congressman Pat Ryan. Called the Courage to Serve Act, this bill would offer qualified and vetted migrants an expedited path to citizenship if they serve in the military. According to Ryan, last year the military services collectively missed recruiting goals by roughly 41,000 recruits, leaving some crucial positions unfilled.
If there are folks with the courage to raise their right hand, take an oath to protect and defend our Constitution, and put their lives on the line for this country, then they sure as hell deserve the opportunity to be citizens in the United States of America.
My problem with this, it's not their Constitution. And do they really have allegiance to America? Where is the loyalty? Is it just to get a citizenship?
Right. The incentive is just for that, right?
Well, you know, I'm going to kind of go the other way with this.
All right.
But go ahead, Tom.
I would say get your citizenship. Then you can do what you want.
Okay. So we've offered service in the military.
We have. In the past.
For this exact same thing.
Correct.
For immigrants coming in.
Right.
They got straight off the boat and went right into the military.
Right. And many of them in World War II did that.
World War II, the Civil War, they did it up north. Right now, in Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, but Puerto Rico, those residents can serve. People in the Philippines can serve. Well,
they changed that. But when we had bases here and now the bases are back, I don't know if they've gone back to that. Let me tell you my.
But wouldn't them doing that, wouldn't that give them a deeper sense of what it is to become a citizen?
And I'm not 100% unsold on the idea. My biggest fear is that you've got all these Chinese nationals coming over. Say we get in the war with China.
Oh,
and they flip the script.
But they're going to vet these people, right?
Well,
can't vet their hearts though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that then either, and we've done it before.
And I get that. So I'm not sold. I'm not either way. I'm still up in the air. Dems are fascinated with Donald Trump. They are. Listen to this cut.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
His various cases of, he's got charges of inciting an erection.
Donald John Trump incited the erection.
Chucky hasn't incited one of those in a while.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So God bless. By the way, the Chinese that I just spoke of, Fox did a story on the Chinese migrants coming across the southern border, and here's more on that.
They're coming here illegally, and we have no idea why. But they all seem to be, not all of them, most of them seem to be military-age males, and it's very concerning to someone who served in the military.
And back out here, many of these Chinese migrants here, there's at least 100, Arthel. Many of them are single adult men. There's some women as well, and there are some children, but the majority are men. And it's got officials alarmed because it's very difficult to vet them. We obviously don't share information with China, and they can't be sent back because we don't have repatriation with China. Many of them will get asylum, perhaps half or more, and that is one thing that is really compounding the issue. Finally, the bigger question, Arthel, is why now? Why so many Chinese are coming? And no one really has much of an answer for that. You go back to fiscal year 2021, only 450 Chinese migrants for the entire fiscal year across the southern border. Now, in 4 months, dealing, as I mentioned, with more than 20,000.
So we went from 400 in a year to 20,000. Tell me there's not something going on.
Well, and I would think that would be part of the vetting process.
No,
if they're going to continue with this, because, you know, if you obviously have folks coming here from somewhere else like that,
right?
You know, and all of a sudden there's a huge swath of them that wants to join our military, that is a red flag, and that should be part of the vetting process.
Yeah, I would think. All right, Tom on the text, 648 p.m. The Breakfast Club Morning Show being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights, they've got them all. And they're ready to serve you. If you're living in a hotel right now, yeah, let the per diem pay for your next fifth wheel. Wouldn't that be cool? Check them out online right now. You can see all the units, new and pre-owned, online. Take the virtual tour at MainTrailerSalesInc.com. 575-622-1751. Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without them. Tom?
Hey, we got an accident to report quickly. Accident on 62-180. The text says about mile marker 55. Again, the law enforcement is on the way, according to the text. 62-180, there's a wreck on mile marker 55. This report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com, reminding you slow down, be safe, and get home to your family. 649.
J-Dub from Hobbs. I don't agree migrants to be able to serve, he says this morning. John from Eunice says, good morning, guys. You know what? They broke the law just getting here. And for a lot of them, what better way to infiltrate our military? Now, we already have a problem with espionage. And let's go back to why we have a recruiting problem anyway. Tom can spell it. N-U-M.
Biden. Joe Biden.
Says this text. And another texter says, you know what? Tom actually said something smart.
Mm-hmm.
You can't vet their hearts, though.
I agree with that, but
well,
we've had the process before.
We have.
And you have to be able to vet them. If you can't vet them, they can't do it.
But the problem with the Chinese is, and they alluded to that in the story, we have no information. China shares no information with nobody. I mean, if they come from a European country, Interpol has information on folks. But China, we have no information, and we can't send these people back. You can't put them on a plane and send them back to China.
Right.
We can't. We can't send them back. All right, we're going to get to Ted Cruz talking about Mayorkas and all kind of other stuff. We're going to get to that in just a second. Be on the Breakfast Club. 80 and sunny today, 44 tonight. Blowing dust tomorrow, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and 82 for the high. Michelle Lujan Gresham making a comment about Trump. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. Tom on the text. Go ahead.
All right. You know, hey, guys, this text is saying, they changed some of the laws while joining if you're a resident to get naturalized. But before they do that, you'll be able to do that, have a boot camp. But they just use it to do whatever they could to get out of it. So now they got smarter. The government, now they have to wait at least 2 years before becoming naturalized. Still don't know about it, though. I'm for it or against it. Well, it's just a little insight on how the laws have changed throughout as well.
And here's the deal. There have been some really good people that have become U.S. citizens through this program.
Mm-hmm.
And one comes to mind are the Choi family that are from South Korea, who is an ally of ours. Mm-hmm. Last time I checked, right, Tom? South Korea?
Yep.
And they became pilots and joined the U.S. military and worked their way up the ladder. Now, part of the deal, citizens can never hold officer rank. Right. I do believe.
Right.
I think that is the difference.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz had this to say about Mayorkas and the Democrats. Here we go.
Sadly, it is. Look, it's Chuck Schumer, number one, and Chuck Schumer is helping drive the train. Listen, we know Joe Biden's not driving the train, so it's a combination of left-wing congressional Democrats and I think Barack Obama that are driving the train, and Joe Biden is Mr. Magoo just wandering around confused.
Then he got into Mayorkas. Here's what he had to say.
This impeachment, you know what Schumer wants to do? He doesn't even want to have a trial. He doesn't even want to have senators vote on guilty or not guilty. What he's trying to do is simply table it, just put it aside. In over 200 years of our nation's history, the Senate has never once tabled articles of impeachment. That has never happened. Every single time the Senate has voted on either guilt or innocence, or the House has withdrawn the impeachment. In this instance, Joe Biden wants to protect even every Senate Democrat from voting whether Mayorkas is guilty or not. He is guilty. Ultimately, Joe Biden is guilty, but Mayorkas was the lead henchman in opening up the southern border.
I'm still cracking up about Mr. Magoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on to say the Democrats are doing nothing.
Senate Democrats want to do nothing to fix the border. They want to do nothing to turn the economy around. They want to do nothing to stop the crime we're seeing.
One more cut before we take a break. I got to go back to Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis, back when she was running for office in 2020. You're not going to believe what she said on the political stump. Here's what she had to say.
Because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees. Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children. Because we deserve better.
Yeah, believe me, the people of Fulton County do deserve better.
Whoa. And
know that you, number one, were sleeping with an employee and putting money in your pocket.
Well, she did say he. That he won't.
Yeah, there you go. She didn't say she. You're right about that, Blake. Damn. You got it. Shooter that killed those two officers and a paramedic in Burnsville, Minnesota,
man. Awful.
Has been reported. He's identified as Shannon Cortez Goodman. By the way, Goodman is he's a felon and lost his right to have a gun.
Guess he didn't get the memo.
He petitioned to have his rights restored in 2008 after that felony assault conviction. I bet this story disappears now. There. Oh, wait, there it goes.
Heroes.
You're never going to hear
Those guys are heroes today.
Michelle Lujan Gresham talking about Donald Trump, saying, I will do everything I can to prevent the Trump election. Wait, hold up a second. The Trump election or the Trump victory? Yeah. So Governor Lujan Gresham did not waste any time after this past session disclosing where she stood on this next election. Not that we thought she would sway. No. She said Donald Trump is against women's reproductive rights. No, he's for reproducing.
Yeah.
He's not for killing babies.
Right. To birth.
So, I mean, please, Please get it right. By the way, you can find this complete story in the Santa Fe New Mexican. It also is on, of course, X, better known as Twitter, to old farts like me. All right, Tom, text line 656. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
All right, we got an update on that wreck right now. The text, I just passed the wreck on 62-180. No traffic interruption. One vehicle ran off the road and went up the hill with no injuries. So update on that being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Get in touch with Luke today.
All right, so on the subject of allowing the non-citizens to join the military, our military is not the same, says this one's texter. We do not have the same standards for our own people. It would be scary to think that we would allow them to serve. When did we have that last execution in our military? They ask. Death, is not a deterrent, says the texter. And another texter says, good morning, guys. They actually break the law getting here, says the text. Okay. And another texter.
Wait a second. Can't we just get over that fact, okay? Just get over that fact. Just expunge it from your mind.
Right.
Just get over it, okay?
Big D. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Big D's asking, did they say vetted?
Yes, they did. They did say vetted.
Vetted. They did say vetted, and that, is... But we can't even vet people coming across the southern border. That's part of we can't vet people on the southern border even. So I don't know how we vet them. I will say that when you come here as a legal resident, there is a vetting process, and they go through extensive time to vet you to make sure that you're not a criminal, make sure you're not a murderer, make sure that you're not, and so you have to have a national police background check. Now, I don't know if that goes through Interpol. I don't know. I know for my wife, she had to go to the police authority or whoever it is, law enforcement authority in the Philippines, and they ran a background check and said she has no priors. So I don't know how that works. And do we really trust other countries? Because that's where the vetting would come from.
Well,
we don't
sort of. I mean, you kind of have to trust like Interpol and stuff,
right? So that we trust everybody? Because I'm a non-trusting person. I'm just saying I don't trust anybody.
Gotcha. Hey, we got a phone call. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you?
Howdy.
Hey, y'all. What if some of these folks that they're wanting to let enlist have the same mentality that our governor does, and an oath? That's what you take when you join the military, an oath, and like the governor says, an oath doesn't make any difference. It's not absolute, just like the Constitution.
Yeah, there you go. And like I just said, the Constitution doesn't mean anything to some people that are non-citizens.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And some of these folks, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm right, some of these folks will say whatever it takes. You know as well as I do, a particular religion out there will say whatever they have to say to exterminate you.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And it's
anyway, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, let me ask you another thing. Do you trust the government to vet people?
I don't trust the government to do a damn thing right
Thank
anymore.
you.
That's true too.
God bless you. Thank you. All right, on the way, we're going to talk about Senator Ben Ray Lujan, what he had to say on President's Day about Joe Biden. We'll get to that. Man pleads guilty to charges involving a police chase in Roswell. State Department of Agriculture reminding people to safely use pesticides. Thank you for that. Yeah, we'll dive down in that. And the Biden $200,000 payment to his brother getting some renewed scrutiny when it comes to finding out, he got a deal with a hospital. Okay. And chemicals found, we talked about this yesterday, chemicals found in Cheerios.
Right.
And I'll name off another thing that they found, and then we'll get to that. The Supreme Court overturns the 2019 child sex crime conviction. They overturned that yesterday and released him from prison. And we'll talk about that, the reason why, coming up, and lawsuits I'm sure will be pending. I would think. I would think. Check of the weather this morning, being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew, reminding you he is serving District 61 as your state representative and up for a re-election. If you want the guy that goes to Santa Fe and fights for our Second Amendment rights, fights to protect the unborn, fights to protect our oil and gas industry that is under attack on a daily basis, you need a guy like Randy Pettigrew continuing to go to Santa Fe. CPAC has given him the A+ rating, meaning he is the conservative of all conservatives. A+. You can't get any higher than that A+ rating. So if you can give to Randy's re-election campaign, you can find out all the information, contact information, randallpettigrew.com. 80 and sunny today, clear tonight, 44, blow and dust tomorrow as we'll have 40-mile-an-hour gust of winds coming from the southwest. 82 coming up with the high tomorrow. Check of the weather, go to W105radio.com. Tom, wrap up the text. We're going to take our break. 7:03. We're W105.
On that guy who spit at Dwayne Panic, this texter says, anyone that spits in someone's faces deserves to be hit.
Allegedly.
Deserves to be hit, says this particular text. And Wayne, the shorty from Lovington, Wayne, the man, I got his back. That is for sure.
All right, we're going to get updated, find out what's going on with news. 7:04, national anthem and the pledge on the way. Also, we've got things that happen on this date in history, taking out the trash, and we're going to qualify folks for the trip that we're giving away to Disney. We'll get to all of that and more coming up next. 7:04 KWMW, Malmore, 105.1 FM, better known as W105. Let's qualify folks for the trip. News this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lumington, and in Hobbs. Check them out today, allamericancleaners.net. Now let's qualify folks for the trip.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and pack truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. A butterfly known to dwell along New Mexico's eastern plains and the mountains to the north, deemed threatened by the federal government, affording the species protections to prevent its extinction. A subspecies of silver-spot butterfly known to survive in 10 populations through New Mexico, southern Colorado, and eastern Utah, deemed likely to die out with government intervention. Without government intervention, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announcing its decision last week. It followed a public comment period in 2022 and an assessment of the species throughout its range. A threatened status means that without improvement, its condition could soon warrant endangered status, the highest federal protection afforded to imperiled plants and animals when their extinction is believed imminent. New Mexicans could start seeing deductions in their taxes and incentives if Governor Grisham cites House Bill 252. Representative Derek Lenti, one of the sponsors for this bill, says it'll help New Mexicans hold on to more of what they earn. House Bill 252 was one of 18 bills that's a part of the omnibus tax package. According to Lente, individual New Mexicans and low and middle class could see income tax deductions of up to $400. Incentives also part of this bill. Nearly 2 years after recreational cannabis became legal in New Mexico, lawmakers have added new rules to make sure that cannabis businesses operating in the state doing so safely. After authorities uncovered several illegal New Mexico cannabis shop operations last year, lawmakers passed a bill strengthening the rules surrounding the illegal production and sale of cannabis in the state. If signed into law, the legislation looks to build on regulations created when recreational cannabis was legalized by keeping unlicensed products away from customers. It would also add rules that make sure anyone who wants a license must get a federal and state background check. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
It's truck season at Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso. Take the short drive and shop their huge inventory of Chevy trucks today. For a limited time, get a low 1.9% financing for 72 months on the new 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 with many models to choose from. See dealer for details. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors, your four-wheel drive headquarters. They make it easy with no gimmicks, no markups, no addendums ever.
Hear every sweet nothing this year with the new Bliss Hearing Aid by Miracle Ear. Recent studies indicate that hearing better can actually improve your love life. This month, Miracle Ear will include a free TV streamer when you invest in any compatible hearing aid. That's a value of almost $300. And to make things easier, Miracle Ear will work with your insurance or offer 0% financing for those who qualify. Call Crystal Dyer at 392-0218 today or visit miracle-ear.com to learn more.
Dear winner, Toyota's got 22 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From winter-ready SUVs like Grand Highlander and RAV4 to steady sedans like the Camry all-wheel drive, Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, and the Majestic Crown. Plus rugged trucks like Tacoma and Tundra. We're ready for winter action with solid traction. Yours, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer's websites as of 11/21/23.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP nipple up and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
In 2 head-to-head district ball games against Artesia, the Lovington Lady Wildcats have lost both games by a total of 10 points. Unfortunately, in the game against Artesia last Friday night, the Lady Wildcats had a couple of players out. Coach, Chief Bridgeport.
We were a little short-handed, missing a couple, and but that's someone's got to step up, So it was hard fought, and hate to lose that one, but so now we got to go try to steal a couple on the road.
You still hoping to get the district title, Coach?
There's still a chance that you could. Things could happen where it could be a 3-way tie still, and so but we just got to worry and take care of ourselves, and hopefully. Heck, you want to be first, but you sure need to be second if you want to get a home game in the playoffs.
And vitally important at this point of the season.
Healthy and have everybody and, give it your best shot.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
Well, I woke up this morning.
If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Be and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Hey, old man, try this.
And now, great moments in presidential history.
I call upon Chairman Khrushchev to halt and eliminate this clandestine, reckless,
and provocative threat to world peace.
We want better relations with Iran. I remember when we had good relations. We liked the Iranian people.
In the Gaza Strip, as you know, initially the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
Mexico, Gaza, whatever the hell you're talking about, I am the guy that's running for election in 2024, if I make it that long. 712, be on the Breakfast Club. New study revealing movie theater seats are harboring thousands of bacteria colonies, including...
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
But enough about Madam Web, the movie.
I was going to say, some types of theaters have more bacteria than others.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing that something like a movie theater more harmful than to your health than the buttered popcorn. There you go, the Bacteriamoria. New survey reveals that Canadians love frozen vegetables. Considering that most everything else in the country is frozen, I digress.
Well, except for 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah. Looks like the British version of the Oscars had Oppenheimer winning a lot of the awards. Yep, they won a whole bunch. And former home improvement, I talk about Zachary Ty, arrested for a DUI. Yep. Crazy weekend for the NBA. By the way, those numbers of viewership in the toilet.
Yes, sir.
In the toilet, and I'm looking for those numbers. Those numbers have gone down significantly. Even somebody like Shaq is like, right. 200 points.
Crazy. You know, the commissioner yesterday commented, the NBA commissioner commented that that was terrible. He even said it was terrible. We scored 200 points. Nobody played defense. It was half the people left that place.
Sounds like they need to make basketball courts 100 yards long.
Something. It was awful.
Well,
he was not happy.
Has been woke for a long time, and I think popularity internationally is way, way up. And that's why they're beholden to the Chinese Communist Party. That's the reason why they are beholden to them, because China is their number 2 market. Believe it or not, China is number 2, and when it comes to NBA popularity, I bet the Philippines is way, way, way up there.
Interesting.
Basketball is the national sport. It's not soccer. It's not football. It's basketball. I know I had that picture somewhere that had the graph of how many people watch.
How's it doing like in Europe still? I mean, I know that used to be a pretty good basketball viewing.
I think soccer's taken over everything. All right, here we go. 2003, 10.8 million people watched the NBA All-Star Game. 2023, 4.6, and they said the number is going to be less than that in 2024. So the number has dwindled, and you can see it every year. The number is going, and I think part of the reason is LeBron James.
That's right.
I'm just going to say that big crybaby, anti-American puke, LeBron James. Definitely think that could be part of it. Any LeBron James fans out there, I'm pinning it on LeBron James. You can say I'm wrong, and I'm okay with that. But the proof is in. And Brittany Griner had her Baylor University number 42 retired.
Right.
The coach of the Baylor Bears, when they won the national championship, did not attend that ceremony. Of course, she's got her own job.
Right.
And by the way, she didn't comment when Brittany Griner was released from Russia either. And some people said that she was this and that. Well, she's got a job.
Well, she's
got another job.
She sent a razor and shaving cream.
She did. Here, when you come out, make sure that you're clean shaven. Yes. Historic job growth, record unemployment, clean energy investments, and lowering prescription costs. I am grateful for President Biden and all that he has committed for the betterment of all Americans. Posted yesterday by Senator Ben Ray Lujan.
That shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah. Oh, no. Does not surprise me. Can we get rid of this guy? Man accused of nearly crashing into a police unit occupied by a police officer in Roswell during a high-speed chase in January, then hiding in the attic of a occupied house, has pled not guilty to two criminal charges.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he appeared via Google Meet for his arraignment in the 5th Judicial Court in Roswell. Cody Herburn of Roswell entered a not guilty plea. By the way, his court date is coming up later in the year. Not guilty, even though they caught you. Yeah, I've never understood that, but that's just me. All right, 17 after 7, taking out the trash. We're going to get to that. Also, things that happened on this date in history. We'll get to that in a second. I've got lots of sound bites. I did find the Nikki Haley sound bite, about one more. I'll get to that in just a second. Tom in the text, 877-396-W105. Do you have something that if times got really tough, you could sell it and make a little money so you could keep on eating and surviving? I would love to hear from you this morning. 877-396-W105. Text line, 877-396-W105, being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Find them at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And you can always find us on live streaming, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. And by the way, that advertising position is open if you want to sponsor that part of the show. You can do that. 718, Tom.
You know, the text saying, I hope all the truckers, they keep boycotting New York. And this texter says, you know, the main problem with migrants in the military is communication. How are you going to have non-English speaking people serving? Communication error?
I would think that they would make them be able to speak English.
Right.
I would think so.
In the past, when they did that, now, granted, those were other countries that those migrants came from, but they spoke English.
Yeah.
Right.
Says communication error could get someone killed, they say on the last part of that
That's
text.
correct.
And our military definitely has changed. This one texter is saying, our real soldiers get into trouble if they don't wear their rainbow fanny pack. just kidding. Laugh out loud, says the text. And where's that wreck on 62-180? It has been cleared up, so you can go through there with no type of interruption. And
no delay.
No delay. And Fanny was honest. She said she wouldn't sleep with someone under her. She slept with someone on top of her.
Oh.
Okay. It's the text. Yeah, she's going to get a lot of that.
Yeah.
She's going to get a lot of that.
What is she going to get a lot of?
Tom.
She's going to get a lot of that.
Hey.
Have you seen The Southern Gentleman?
Hey, she made her own bed, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Tom.
Oh, wait, now we got to make our own bed? Keep on, Tom. Keep on.
Well, let's see what else I got. Well, we'll stop there. How's that?
Morning show this morning being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and the Grill in Lovington. Get in there and get your burritos. But if you're really hungry, they're serving up all these different plates, the breakfast plates, the omelets, the biscuits and gravy, the pancakes. I'm just saying the pictures that I'm not a big biscuits and gravy fan, but it looks good.
Oh, it's got lots of sausage in that gravy.
Don't it, though?
I'll take the hash browns, 2 pieces of toast, and the bacon, and give me the double bacon and the pancakes. Yeah, I'll take all that. No, I'm trying to gain weight, so I'll eat every bit of it.
Oh, and it is so good.
So get in there for breakfast this morning or maybe for lunch. Find out what's going on with the daily lunch special. And you can get the meat market specials also, the weekly meat market special. All you got to do is like them on Facebook to get all of that. Don't forget they do custom cuts and the meat market, and they always have hamburger patties ready to go. They're frozen, and you cook them as you need them. And they always have smoked meats available. So they've got all of that all in one location. Find them, 1422 South Main in Lovington, or 575-739-7778. Check them out today. Butcher Block, Meat Market, and The Grill in Lovington. Check them out. On the way, taking out trash things that happen on this date in history. Tom on the text. We'll get back to him in just a second. If you want to text, 877-396-W105. Nikki Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did she say, Blake? There's 14 we started with. We're down. Was it
12?
That?
She said 12 guys down, 1 to go.
All right, here we go.
We're 14 candidates in the race. We've defeated a dozen of the fellas. I just have one more fella to catch up to. The majority of Americans disapprove of Joe Biden. The majority of Americans disapprove of Donald Trump. We don't anoint kings in this country. We let the people vote.
By the way, I despise Nikki Haley for saying that. That's a Democratic talking point.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump has never said that he wants to be king with unlimited time in office. Never has alluded to that. That's a Democrat talking point, and Nikki Haley, you have picked up on the Democrat talking point, so I have no way that I could ever support you for anything, including dog catcher.
Well, and that's not the first time she has taken up the Democrat talking point.
You're right. Yep. You're 100% correct. I cannot support somebody that picks up the Democrat playbook, and you're supposedly a Republican. I can't side with you. I'm sorry, I just can't. Nope. No can do. Sorry. So Anthony Blinken was on Fox News. You know, we got a lot of things. We had more military killed in the line of duty. But this is where he went. Here we go.
More questions about this administration's priorities just days after the deaths of 3 American soldiers in the Middle East. Secretary of State Antony Blinken reportedly took time to focus on another pressing issue.
Here we go.
The threat of misgendering.
Misgendering is very important to world peace. Okay? You guys need to get it together and quit misgendering people. I can hear it today. Guys out in the patch calling people at work in the patch, ma'am. Well,
they do that now, but it's not.
Well, they used to. See, the patch
it's
is
in a
not the
joking
same.
matter.
Yeah, exactly. Joe Biden. Yeah, working for the railroad union. He said something in East Palestine, and I want you to listen to the cut. And, Tom, I'm going to go to you, so don't fall asleep on me.
Okay.
Tell me what's the matter with what Joe Biden said.
I can
Listen.
understand him. Okay, go ahead.
No. Listen, you can understand him. Listen, and then I'm going to go back to you. Here we go.
More staffing on trains so that there are more people to respond immediately to a crash and to do so much more to raise the safety of the transportation. And it's important that the Senate follow the House.
So what's the problem with that?
Don't look at me.
I don't. You know what?
Play it again, Kevin.
Play it again.
All right, here we go. By God.
More staffing on trains so that there are more people to respond immediately to a crash and to do so much more to raise the safety of the transportation.
So what's the problem with that?
More? Did he say more staffing on planes? Did he say planes?
Trains.
Trains. He's talking about trains.
I thought he said planes. That's where I thought.
So what's the problem with it? Can you help me here? Help a brother out.
Planes, trains.
No, he's talking about trains, Tom. Okay. What's the problem with that statement?
There are not enough people on that train.
Okay, I'm just going to let him off the hook. Go ahead. All right, so he wants to put more people on trains, more staffing,
right?
So they can respond quicker to the train crash.
They're on the train.
Right.
Thank you. My God.
Why don't you figure it out
You
sooner or
got
later?
So how would they
That's
get to
dumb.
respond if they're part of the accident?
Right.
But this is all about putting more union butts and more creating more union jobs.
And then he said, transportation.
Oh.
How can we like that?
But I mean, if you're on the train, you're going to be part of the accident. How the hell you going to respond?
By yelling medic.
Again.
Right.
I'm just a dumb coon ass from Louisiana, but boy, he's a lawyer. Let that sink for a second.
Yeah, when was the last time he practiced law?
Oh, well, never, but
Right,
I mean,
never.
don't let that get in the way, damn it. All right, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, this guy talking about Joe Biden, his name is Democrat Representative Max Frost, talking about Joe Biden. And why would we want to impeach this guy for loving his son?
Chair Comer, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all these people have taken and weaponized the committee to try to impeach Joe Biden for, I guess, being a father.
Yes, for being a loving father. That's why.
Translation, I'm an idiot, and I don't know what I'm saying.
I have no idea why I'm an idiot. Maybe I used too much Jerry curl back in the day. Maybe that's it. I don't know. State Department of Agriculture reminding people to use pesticides safely. Thank you, New Mexico Department of Agriculture, for reminding us.
Let's
It is
poison our children more.
Yeah, Safety Education Month. And we're reminding you, please use pesticides safely. By the way, if you're worried about your foods being contaminated with pesticides, best thing to clean them, Tom, what do you think's the best thing to clean your fruits and vegetables?
Water and soap.
Well, baking soda.
Baking soda.
Not
Yeah.
Soap
That's what
leaves
the
residual.
Pour a little, couple teaspoons of baking soda in the water and let them soak, and it will. He said you'll actually be able to see it rise to the top.
Get it out.
Crazy. Biden administration, that $200 payment from his brother receives a renewed scrutiny after reports detailing the failed hospital venture that his brother was also a part of. Selling the Biden name has been going on for close to 50 years now. Yeah. Chemicals. We just got finished talking about chemicals. Fountain Cheerios and Quaker Oats.
Ooh. And those are the two big things that we feed to children. Like young children, Cheerios. You see them all the time with Cheerios.
Yeah.
No, Cheerios.
Cheerios. So, Chlora.
Oh, Cheerios.
CHLORMEQUAT. Chloromoc. Maybe.
Okay.
Has been detected in 80% of people tested.
My God.
All over the United States, all geographical areas. And they have pinpointed that it's coming from oats. Coming from oats. So beware and don't feed your kids. You know, back in the day, Cheerios, everybody's like, well, that's probably one of the best cereals because it doesn't have all that sugar in it.
Right.
Well, it doesn't. It's got all those pesticides in it.
Yeah, all the poisons.
Yeah. All right, 7:30, we're going to talk about the New Mexico Supreme Court reversing a case. And Richard Levine, Admiral Richard Levine, Black History Month, he has to make a comment. So we're going to get to that in just a second. Taking out trash this morning, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-390-4549. If you're driving, look, these guys do residential trash pickup. And you can find them online at trash-eaters.com. They also like to remind you that the Lovington Animal Shelter needs some help. They need folks to help out, volunteer, walk the animals, repair the kennels, do whatever needs to be done. And they also need monetary donations. So if you want to give a little bit or give your time, call them directly, 575-552-3669. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. There have been 5 presidents who have warned us against mass migration. Tom, you think you can name the 5 presidents?
Clinton?
Clinton was one. Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. That's the only one at hand.
Coolidge.
Coolidge, really?
Hoover. Barack Obama.
Obama.
And Donald Trump.
Hmm.
See, back in 2008 when Barack Obama went in office, I could go find the audio.
Mm-hmm.
He was none too happy with what was going on at the border. None too happy. People have a short-term memory where they forget that.
They do.
Who put kids in cages?
Obama.
Obama did. Obama did. And it just goes to show you how fast the script is flipped.
Mm-hmm.
See, in 2008, guess who else was against illegal immigration? Any idea?
Go ahead, Tom. Who was president in 2008?
No. In 2008, who else was against it?
I don't know.
Well, who?
Joe
who
Biden.
Was it Joe
Yes,
Biden?
thank you. My God. Yes, Joe Biden was against illegal immigration.
Well, Joe Biden was also, spoke out against black people.
Oh, but he's been doing that forever.
He introduced the crime bill.
Yes.
That is
put
very
more
racist.
black people, yeah, away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, don't act like Donald Trump is the first president that was against immigration. And nobody is against immigration.
Nope.
They're against illegal immigration. And we don't even have illegal immigration going on. We have a mass invasion
I would
going
actually
on in southern.
venture to say that Joe Biden is the first president that is in favor of illegal immigration.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Hottest housing market on the market. What state do you think is the hottest?
I'm going to say it's Ohio.
Well, I think that the states, it depends on if it's all the people fleeing California or not. But, Texas and Florida always rank high, but I think a lot of Californians are fleeing to Colorado.
Colorado is the number one, the hottest housing market in the nation. And the Denver area is actually number one, the hottest. And Denver, I mean, if you were going to live in Denver or Lakewood or Aurora, that might be okay. Denver, That's just me. I'm just thinking out loud.
There's a reason why it's blue.
Yes. So, Tom, what did you say about all those people going to be moving out of Colorado because that damn marijuana?
I didn't say they were moving out.
Yeah, they're going to be moving out of there.
Devil's weed.
Yeah. Infant killed, 2 women hurt in a shooting. Police chief calls for a coward to turn himself in. This happened in Wichita, Kansas. Kansas community reeling after the shooting claimed the life of a baby. And this is the problem I have with drive-by shootings. Police Chief Joe Sullivan didn't mince any words on Monday when he addressed the city's latest case of gun violence that took the life of an infant. And 2 women are critically injured as somebody just randomly fired into the Sugar Creek apartments, killing the baby, and 2 24-year-old women are in critical condition. By the way, nobody arrested. Police chief said, "You coward, turn yourself in." High school basketball player who identifies as a girl was accused of causing an injury in the game.
Wow, imagine that.
Yeah. By the way, if you see the video, the hit was pretty ugly.
Boom! I didn't do that.
Coward, turn yourself in.
Right.
Yeah. So biological man identifying as female should not be on the court with young ladies.
Nope.
Just because you couldn't make it on the boys' team doesn't mean you should be able to move over to the girls' team.
That's correct.
Identify as not playing. That's what you should.
They need their own league.
Yeah, there you go.
In that way, whether you identify as whatever you identify as,
right. I'm good with it.
Yeah, and that's in your own league. It doesn't matter which way that you go, and I mean male to female, female to male. Doesn't matter if you're transitioning. You get to be in this league, and that should be the league. So you should.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, they could have 3 divisions now.
Yeah,
boys, girls, and whatever you identify as.
Right.
I don't know what you call that.
Agree. I do think that Richard Levine would have a problem with that, though. Admiral Richard Levine. She says, he says Rachel, but ultimately it's Richard. Celebrating Black History
Are you
Month.
saying that he has a swinging Richard?
He sure does. Sure does. So, anyway, here's what he had to say. He's in charge of our health. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Admiral Rachel Levine. This Black History Month, I'm pleased to partner with OMH in advancing better health through better understanding for Black communities. Climate change is having a disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of Black communities. Black Americans are more likely than white Americans to live in areas and housing that increase their susceptibility to climate-related health issues. And 65% of Black Americans report feeling anxious about climate change's impact.
That's all I had to say.
It's a flat-out lie.
Yeah.
I mean, they've proven that time and again that they're not more likely to live in areas that are that way. And they're not more likely to feel that way.
No, BS. Ted, did you guys see the video of Nick Saban talking about his new role was part of ESPN's College Game Day? It's like the weight of the world has been lifted off this guy's shoulders. He looked younger.
Did he?
He looked happy.
Pressure?
Yeah, I mean, the grind of being a college coach, that is a full-time job in college. NFL is a 6-month of year job. Or let's say an 8 months a year job.
Like a teacher.
Yeah. College football, you take maybe 2 weeks off. The rest of the time you're working.
Right. Recruiting, this, that.
Recruiting, doing, portal business. Right. Nowadays it's even worse. So, you look like a total different guy. He did.
Probably good for him then.
Yeah, and, he's in his 70s now, so he deserves to be able to be retired. Of course, he's like Tom. He's semi-retired now, except making a lot more ESPN money.
That's where
I'm sure.
Go.
Are you going to ESPN, Tom?
I actually applied for a job there way back when I was in college.
And what'd they say?
Well, life happened, and I didn't do it.
What'd they say?
Wait. What year was that?
Well, I was a sophomore in college.
Okay. So
and it was an internship, and my mom passed, and so I couldn't go. I had to take care of my family. So
you're saying they offered you the job?
No, I applied for an internship.
So what year was it?
80, 81, I don't know, something like that. Wow. She passed away in 80, so 80. Yeah. They came on the air in 1979.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking which year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 20 minutes away from the hour of 8. Check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall and Hobbs. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls. They've got the gloves. They got work boots. They've got $99 boots on sale. You missed the big sale. They had a deal going on this weekend on the $99 work boots. Buy one pair, get one pair free. You missed. I'm sorry that you missed it, but then maybe they'll do it again in the future. And while you're there, check out furniture, appliances, electronics. They offer 0 down financing. Rig Outfitters and the Home Store in the Broadmoor Mall. They're right next to Scrub Outfitters. Scrub Outfitters has the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Big name brands like Dickies, Medcouture, Healing Hands, Peaches, and others. And they have a huge selection of compression socks. You know, a lot of people wear compression socks, and you're looking for a place that has a huge selection. There you go. All shapes, all colors, and all designs. And very comfortable shoes, too. Scrub Outfitters and the Broadmoor Mall, they're right next to our friends at Rig Outfitters. Sunny and 80 today, 44 tonight, blow and dust tomorrow. That wind getting up to 40 miles an hour from the southwest, high getting up to 82. So you'll sweat and it'll stick to you. Yeah. Thursday, 69 and sunny, so temperatures actually dropping about 12 degrees for Thursday. Tom on the text, then we'll get to the Supreme Court story. Our number, 877-396-W105. Stand by. National anthem and the pledge on the way, and things that happened on this date in history.
All right, text says, Tom is full of it. He couldn't read the text earlier, they're saying, because he said it was too sexy. But he can read the message about her on top. Says that.
You talked about Fannie Willis.
Yeah, I talked about that. And John from Eunice, he's texted in. Guys, I said it before. Nikki Haley is just another Christie. She has the if I can't win, I don't want anybody from my party winning it mentality.
She's a quarter of the human that Chris Christie.
Yeah, but you got to remember that Trump appointed her as ambassador.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And what does she owe Donald Trump? I would think there would be some gratitude.
I don't know, but Chris Christie ate more than she weighs for dinner last
night. Yeah. I mean, Chris Christie, he would, if he was elected president, he would eat us out of house and home. The national debt would go up significantly.
Mm-hmm. And that belt surgery apparently didn't help him none.
That belt surgery.
Surgery.
You're talking about the lap band surgery?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking? His belt, he's had to continue to use a different little notch in the belt. In fact, this morning he woke up and he got the knife out and he's pounding it with a hammer to extend the size of the belt.
Yeah. He shouldn't have lied to us, man. I don't know why he did it. And will House Republicans continue to co-sign the murders of a dictator, or will they fund Ukraine now? Ask the judge.
Really? I would think you would be a little bit more concerned about what's going on at our southern border.
Right.
I could give two poops about Ukraine and about Russia. It affects my life in no way. No way.
One more text me.
And why aren't we talking about a ceasefire? Why are we not talking about a ceasefire for Ukraine?
Yep.
We're pushing the ceasefire for the Israeli war, and guess what? That war just started.
Right.
And Israel was attacked. Don't they have the right to defend themselves?
Well, you would think, seeing how we want to give money to the Ukraine.
Yeah. I mean, Ukraine said they were attacked. They have the right to protect themselves, right? And we send them all these weapons, money. We're paying off their national debt.
But in the
we're
case,
actually funding private businesses there.
But in the case of Israel, we gave their enemies all the weapons we left in Afghanistan.
You're 100% correct, Blake. Yes. Don't sign the bill.
Don't sign it.
Don't deal with the Democrats.
How about, don't say it's a border bill and then take out everything about the border and then this is an international bill. Excuse me.
Don't hang that on the Republicans. Don't hang it on the Republicans. It's not their fault. It's the Democrats' fault. Sorry to break your heart, sweetheart. All right, 877-396-W105. 15 minutes away from 8. Tom, anything else?
Yeah, this text is saying, think about it, that the government, WIC, wants to give your children. We're talking about the cereal earlier this morning, about that.
Oh, about Cheerios?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they give them Cheerios. I think it's the bag cereal.
I think Cheerios or the knockoff version of it is in there.
Yeah,
probably.
they're definitely knockoff.
And you know that's going to be made from the same oats with
maybe.
the same high pesticides.
Maybe.
Tom's going to miss this one, so I'm going to read it.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
this,
please.
This text says, "I'm too sexy for my text. Too sexy for my text. Too sexy."
What's the
All
family
right,
show?
I found this, and so I'm too sexy for my text. I'm too.
You know, like the song?
Not family?
Like the song?
Wow. That's not family?
Right Said Fred. Remember that song?
Wow. All right. This is the movie I was talking about, and Blake said, yeah, that was a book that came out. Name the book again, Blake.
Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
Okay. So, and I would love to go and watch this movie because it kind of reminds me of Trump in court on Friday. So I'm going to play a clip from the movie, and you'll probably want to see it too.
How do you plead, sir?
I do not recognize this court's right to try me, nor do I recognize any of my actions as a crime.
You will have to enter a plea before this court. Simply refusing to obey the law is not a defense.
If you believe you may seize my property simply because you need it, well, then so does any burglar. The only difference is a burglar doesn't ask my permission.
Sir, I will remind you the punishment this court might impose on you is severe.
Go ahead. Impose it. If you sentence me to jail, send armed men to get me. I will not volunteer to go.
Whoa.
If you find me, you'll have to seize my assets. I will not volunteer to pay. If you feel you have the right to use force against me, then show it for what it is. Bring guns.
So I gotta watch this. I gotta go find it and watch that movie.
So
it's based on a book that came out what year?
The 20s, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Ayn Rand, it's a very much, it's Atlas Shrugged, and she did several books, and they are very much warnings on what can happen. Much like 1984, George Orwell, kind of warnings, but more so. And you can draw direct parallels from that to what's going on nowadays.
Yeah.
So I do see it's up on IMDb, free, and it's got part 1, part 2, part 3. So I got to go check this out. I got things to watch this weekend.
You will enjoy it.
All right, Supreme Court overturns the 2019 child sex crime conviction. Did you see the story, Blake?
No.
So here's the deal. State Supreme Court Monday tossed out the 2019 conviction of a Union County man on child sex crimes and ordered the lower court to release him from prison. Unanimously, 5 members of the court found Rudolph Amador's trial. The prosecutor made comments in his closing arguments that were extremely prejudiced and improper. That's what they said. And prejudice, they prejudiced the jury against Amador. Isn't that the prosecutor's job, though?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Amador is 52 years old, will be released within 2 weeks from the New Mexico Corrections Department after 5 years in custody. By the way, this is very rare that the high court would overturn a conviction based on misconduct by a prosecutor. This dude, he had 15 years in prison. 15 years coming to him. Now, this wasn't just child abuse. This was felony child abuse. So he'll be walking the streets. He'll be walking the streets in a neighborhood maybe near you. And the Supreme Court in New Mexico overturned that conviction based on a prosecutor doing its job. That's their job. Yeah. God bless. 10 minutes away from 8. We're going to get to the national anthem and pledge, things that happened on this date in history coming up. What is going on, Tom A?
All right, Coda from Fort Stockton is commenting, all foreign aid bills should be stand-alone bills. Grouping aid packages gets funding for crap that only the Democrats and the rhinos want funded, says Coda from Fort Stockton.
I can't stand when we do that, and part of the problem is you can't keep up with what's in the bill. And if you don't think that's intentional, you got another thing coming.
Texter says, this is saying, ESPN denied Tom A because he had no proof of diploma. No, it just wasn't in the cards. Sometimes stuff happens.
No, it wasn't for that?
Yeah.
Now, what was the big guy that was on ESPN from the beginning?
Chris Berman.
Chris Berman. Tom could have been.
He could
go
all the way. Well, now he's only a part-time guy on NFL prime time. But at one time he was the star of that show. See, everybody, life happens. You got to phase out one phase and start another one. Right?
What would be the other one, Tom?
Well, I'm just saying. That happened to
So
me.
what would be your other one? I'm just asking.
I haven't figured out my next phase, but I'm
I mean,
enjoying this one.
You're only 63. I mean, when do you think you're going to figure it out? At death?
Well, probably.
All right.
I'm enjoying this phase, heck.
At least you're honest.
Yeah.
God bless you.
And one more, Steve. Trashman in Hobbs is texting. He said, Biden is right about the trains. They'll be the first ones to the crash scene. He's laughing out loud emojis this morning.
Yes. All right, things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range. They are the largest firearm dealer in the area, state-of-the-art indoor firing range, and the Milo FBI training simulator is waiting for you. You can shoot live fire or
Go ahead.
finish.
Yeah.
All right. Our laser fire, you can use the laser with over 1,000 different scenarios. They've got ammo. They've got a huge selection of guns, optics. They've got all your tactical gear, everything that you might need. Ever thought about renting a gun? And they've got, you want to go in there and use the firing range, not a problem. They have the fully automatic AR that you can actually rent. Want training? Maybe you've been thinking about getting personal protection, but you've never fired a gun before. This is the perfect place. They have one-on-one training or group training for first-time gun owners. Get in touch with them today. 2A Tactical Firearms, the indoor firing range. You can find them at 236 East Navajo and Hobbs, or go online to 2atacticalrange.com. President Washington signed the act creating the U.S. Postal Service. You can blame him. The year was 1792. Supreme Court ruled that the power of the federal government is greater than any individual state in 1809. Congress prohibited dueling. It's crazy because I was going to mention dueling, that this country started with dueling. Yeah. You said, what about me? Yeah, dueling. So they outlawed dueling in 1839. Go ahead, take 10 paces if you would. Metropolitan Museum of Art officially opened up in New York City in 1872. Congress passed the Immigration Act that allowed the president to keep out people from other countries.
Huh.
The year was 1907.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Immigration Act happened on this date in history. 21st Amendment of the Constitution went into effect in 1933 to repeal prohibition. That was a no-brainer, by the way. Yeah. Minimum wage for textile workers was 55 cents an hour in 1945.
Wow.
And John Glenn in 1962, the astronaut, became the first man to orbit the and what was the name of the ship? Friendship
7.
Mercury capsule.
7.
Did I leave something out there?
Friendship 7.
7. Was it 7?
Yeah, I think.
And so he was the first. All right, Cherry Pie Day, Love Your Pet Day, Leadership Day. Rihanna having a birthday. She's 36 years old. Trevor Noah is 40 years old today. He's never made me laugh. Jay Hernandez, the new Magnum PI, is 46. Sandy Crawford, actress, model. She's 58. Who was she married to at one time?
She married.
Was it Billy Joel?
No. That was Christy Brinkley.
That was Christy.
Oh, yes, you're right.
The regular guy.
I get him confused. Tall. Yeah.
Her daughter looks just like her.
Yeah. French Stewart from Third Rock is 60 years old today. Charles Barkley, King Charles, got his own TV show on CNN.
Wednesday nights.
Yeah. 61.
That's about how many viewers are on CNN.
Yeah. And by the way, made a comment about Chicago. Is that where that's where the NBA All-Star game was held, right?
No, it was in Indianapolis.
I have no idea.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, made a comment about, I guess, Indianapolis. And a lot of people did not like it. Patty Hearst. Patty Hearst is 70 years today. Tom, tell me about Patty.
She was kidnapped back in the early 70s. And I think it was kidnapped, 5-6 years? Some type of terrorist organization. And they portrayed her as a villain, too. So robbing banks and stuff like that.
So name the terrorist organization that robbed banks.
Simonese Liberation Army, I believe.
The Simonese.
Ain't it?
Simonese.
Huh.
They've in the neighborhood?
I never heard of them.
Wonder
what they did.
You sure it wasn't the Satanic Knees?
No, it wasn't them guys.
It wasn't them guys.
The Lebanese or Simonese, one of them kneesies.
Keep going with this. I want to hear more about the nieces.
So, anyway, she was the heiress to the.
You're close. It's the symbiote niece.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Liberation.
And so they kidnapped her, but she became one of them.
Yes.
What is that? Yeah. What is that? What is that when like your kidnappers?
Oh, some type of fancy word, isn't it? Like
Stockholm syndrome.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was less than 2 years. It was like right at 2 years when they.
Now she went to prison. Yep. Of course, her dad owned all the big newspapers, the Hearst, and she went to prison, but she ended up marrying the guard, and they lived happily ever after. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think his name was Rick Shaw or Richard Shaw, but he was a guard, and they fell in love, and the rest is history. Good for her. I mean, at least she found love, right, Tom?
Well, Carter commuted her sentence.
Right.
And Clinton pardoned her.
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
So now she's a free woman, Tom. In case you need her, she's free. God bless. She's no Hillary Clinton, though. All right, 7:59 KWMW Maljamar, 105.1 FM. Some of the stories we'll talk about next. Julian Assange's lawyer is making a final attempt. He faces spy charges. 16-year-old girl dies after a fight at a high school. And Joe Rogan says Democratic Party is trying to get rid of Biden. We'll talk about those stories and more. All of that coming up in just a second. And the student arrested in that shooting at a dorm in Colorado. And Joe Biden's grandfather, you know he was pardoned? I'll tell you I can't believe a Republican pardoned him. I'll get to that story coming up this morning. Tom, anything else before we go?
Yeah, this one text is saying, how about maybe dueling could solve some of our political issues today?
I think it could, and I think it would be very worthy.
I think you would have a big group of cowards that would not do it.
We could also get rid of some bad legislators.
Right.
At the same time. I mean, that is like a term limits like you've never seen. Is the ultimate term limits, dueling. Whoever loses, their term is done.
Right. The French people skipped the dueling and went right to the guillotine.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah. You said I stink? Off with the head. Not good.
Right.
All right. Straight up 8 o'clock. Tom, anything before we go?
Yeah, one more text me. You know, we were talking about the issues of immigrants wanting to join the American military. This particular text says, isn't there a foreign legion that could be an option to them?
That's also
I don't
French.
even know if the Foreign Legion is
Yes.
still around.
Yes, it
is. It?
Yes.
Is
the
it?
French
Wow.
Foreign Legion is a
Is
thing.
it?
They are a pretty, and at this point, they're a fairly elite group. Yeah. The French send them in like we send in SEALs.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, then they got to accept everybody. I mean, I don't know if they can do 5
They
million.
take a lot of
Right.
folks that are of questionable nature because they ask them to do questionable things.
Oh, that's a good thing. They're like the A team from back in the day.
They're
Tom, you think
still
that'd be a good example? A team.
A team, right?
I knew some guys that were contractors and they went to the Foreign Legion because they paid better.
Yeah.
So
It's always
they
about
went
the
for-
money, isn't it? I'm telling you.
Hey, and that
Black
when your
Wall
life
Rights.
expectancy is short, yeah, it's about the money.
Yeah, great money. All right, 8:02. We got to get to the national anthem and the pledge this morning, being brought to you by Rebecca Long, reminding you she's been in business since she was 19 years of age, 40 plus years later, still helping people. That's her ultimate goal, to make sure that people are properly insured and that they save money. And she's been doing it for 40 plus years. She knows how to save people money and get them the most when it comes to their insurance. She can take care of your life insurance, your auto insurance, your homeowner's insurance, recreational vehicles. She can take care of it all for you. Give her a call. She serves Lee Eddy and Chaves County. You can find her in Hobbs at 226 West Vega, or give her a call. 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long, proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge on W105.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The tiny but mighty 7-year-old singer from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma Chandragwijaya.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
5. God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Romans 8 this morning. And we know that for those who love God, all things will work together for good, and for those who are called according to his purpose.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
8:06, quick check of the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry needs. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. They can take care of your dry cleaning, starching, pressing, whatever you need. They've got you covered, or you can do it all yourself. Yeah, they have the machines there. You can wash, dry, and fold all your own clothes, and they're open 7 days a week. Find them. You can find them right now at 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad, or 406 West Cedar in Loving. Check them out today. 8:06, 80 and sunny today, 44 tonight, and then blowing dust, 40-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, and a high about 82. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on. We'll qualify you for the trip to Disney coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. He is the guy that has settled the big cases. Medical malpractice case. Settled one case for over $9 million. And the Pats settled the case for more than $10 million. Car accident, slip and falls, personal injury, Luke Ragsdale. If you need somebody to defend you in the court of law, Luke Ragsdale can also take care of that for you. Give him a call, 575-208-5300, ragsdalelawfirm.com. 8:07, taking a break. Let's qualify folks for the trip that we're giving away to Disney. We're coming right back, though. We'll get you updated with news. We're W105, 8:07.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World!
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The U.S. is expected to veto an Arab nation-sponsored UN Security Council resolution calling for an immediate Israeli ceasefire in Gaza and propose an alternative plan.
UN Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield says the Biden administration will veto the resolution because it could interfere with ongoing efforts by the U.S. to work out a deal that would bring a 6-week ceasefire and release of all hostages that were taken during the October 7th attack on Israel by Hamas. The new draft resolution marks the first time the U.S. has mentioned a ceasefire.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Most of California is under a flood alert hit with one more day of heavy rain.
We're seeing round after round of heavy rain. Some of the heaviest rain is across portions of Southern California. Flooding is very likely. Currently the 4th wettest month in Los Angeles history for February, and with another 2 inches on the way, we can move up on that list.
Fox's Adam Klotz. America's listening to Fox News.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you're wanting to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Homeschool PE at the Core. Come play with us in a fun and encouraging environment with various activities for each class and focus on overall fitness, motor skills, and agility development. Classes will be held every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. starting in August. Sessions will continue through May 2024, and classes will not be held in December or on any major holidays. Sign up today on the portal at corehobbs.com.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
We can make the morning we try.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Get up! Get your fat ass up! Now get up! Like a beached whale. God.
February breathes into February, we are screwed. February, I'm so cold and angry. It's barely 20 everywhere. My face is frozen.
Wait. It's going to be 80 today, so that's not appropriate for us. Yeah, I know for the rest of the country it might be, but February, that does not.
No, they said that all that really cold temperature is locked in, like up in Canada, and that's why everything is warmer down here.
Well, they deserve it anyway.
Yeah.
Canada, I mean, yeah. So let them freeze. Customer suing McDonald's after he said a piece of sliced cheese on his Big Mac almost killed him. Now he says he still eats at the fast food restaurant, but just doesn't trust them.
Okay.
This man almost died as opposed to most people that eat at McDonald's already have died.
So
and this man.
Here's the thing: if you know that you have a dairy allergy or some other allergy, and you order your Big Mac without cheese,
don't you check?
Yes,
or take it off at least.
That's kind of my point. He just bit right into it.
I mean, this man clearly has poor decision-making skills, which led him to McDonald's in the first place, right? Okay.
Yep.
I'm glad we agree on that. Dog in Tennessee was caught on a doorbell camera stealing a package from the neighbor's porch. Crime in America is out of control. Even dogs are becoming, porch pirates. It's terrible. Look, dogs usually don't do stuff like that. Maybe he was trained by its owner to do that.
Or maybe it was like from Chewy or something, and it had biscuits in it.
Hallmark Channel making some changes. Sorry to break it to you, Tom. Starting on February 28th, Hallmark Channel will become Hallmark Family. And
really?
And then Hallmark Movies and Mysteries have become the Hallmark Mystery.
Oh, they have mysteries?
Yeah.
Really? Like, what's the mystery? Like, which one she's going to fall in love with?
Yes, that would be it.
Well, you know why they're doing that, right, B?
Why?
The Hallmark Family?
Why? Please do tell.
They were instituting a lot of same couple.
They were not.
They sure were.
Are you saying those won't be on the family?
They won't be on the family.
Guess again, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see when they premiere.
No, we won't see, but you will.
I will see.
Yeah, I won't see. Rooney Mara is pregnant again, expecting her second child with Joaquin Phoenix. By the way, if you wouldn't have mentioned Joaquin Phoenix, I would have had no idea.
Right.
And Ridley Scott is in the discussion about him directing the Bee Gees biopic coming up soon. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Have no idea.
Hey, we got a phone call right quick.
Well, let's go to the phone call, Tom. Good morning. Welcome to P and the Breakfast Club.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
What's going on, boys?
Hey, boys.
Same stuff. Different day.
What's up?
You know, I couldn't help but notice Tom said Fannie Willis, she had her bed made. Did that come with a 14-inch package?
It could have. It could have.
and she got plenty of it, huh, Tom?
Well, they did just sit around and talk.
Right. Had pizza.
What else you got this morning? Oh, that's it, I guess.
He wanted to bait me is what he did. Wanted to be there. Okay.
All right, Donald Trump must pay $500 million before he can appeal that decision. Did you see this story? The judge last week saying that he must pay $354 million in fines before he can actually appeal the decision?
No. That's not the way the justice system works.
Yeah. Well, that's the way this judge says it does. Pretty sad.
That judge is completely out of line. Like, whoever is responsible for that judge being in there, or if it's an elected position or whatever.
Oversight at some point.
Yes.
But here's the deal. They say under New York law, Trump cannot appeal this ruling without depositing the full amount, including interest, into a court account. Even for Trump, $455 million in cash is hard to come by.
Yeah.
Likewise, a bond would require a company to guarantee the payment for the defendant that would be barred from doing business in New York City. Well, actually, New York State.
Well, and that's why the judge did that size of a fine. Because
right, and they said that he would have to liquidate his portfolio to make it. But under New York law, he would have to deposit that money first.
Wow.
And then he can appeal. What a crapshoot. Serious. No. And let me ask you this much. Where does this money go? Where does the $454 million? Because there are no plaintiffs in this case. So where does it go?
I want to know why all the other businesses aren't being sued the same way, and why other businessmen in New York and women.
Let me get this right, Blake. So the banks should be held because they accepted an inflated loan. And the insurance companies should be pursued also.
Yep.
Because that would be fraudulent, right? They accepted fraudulent business.
Except that it's not fraudulent, and it wasn't out of line with the way any other real estate business does their business. He didn't value his property at anything. That was the appraiser.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. Florida man takes a stolen Amazon van for a 20-mile joyride. By the way, he has been arrested. 35-year-old took custody of the stolen vehicle at a Circle K gas station. You know how they have all those boxes there where they fill up the boxes? Well, the guy was filling up all the mail. It's not called mailboxes, but delivery boxes. And this dude stole the van. He's still in jail. Maybe he should have had prime. That's all I'm thinking.
Right.
But
if
what
he
happened
had
to all
prime,
those packages?
he got out in 2 days, right?
What happened to all those packages?
God only knows. Hawaii is getting ready to slap a $25 climate tax.
Here we go.
So $25 on climate tax on everybody. How many people do you think visited Hawaii last year?
Me at least.
Me at least. Tom, that's not even a guess.
9.5 million people visited. And
Tom.
So, and they're saying, we got the wildfires and all kind of other stuff. This would help.
It would help Oprah and Dwayne The Rock Johnson buy more of that land.
Right.
Yeah. And buy more and more of that land till all of a sudden they own the entire island. So $25 tax. By the way, other countries are doing this already. There's several countries that are instituting a tax. And I'm trying to think, when I came into the Philippines, there is a tax, some type of tax. You don't pay until you leave. But it's like an exit tax. And I don't know if that's a tourist tax or exit tax. I don't know. But Hawaii would institute the same thing. 823, student arrested on that murder charge after 2 people found dead in a Colorado college dorm at the University of Colorado Springs. 2 individuals found dead last week. Colorado Springs Police Department arrested Nicholas Jordan, 25 years old, without incident on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Jordan was a student at the high school at the time of the shooting. The victims, 26-year-old and a 24-year-old. And when I saw the picture of the person they arrested, it looked like a female to me. So I don't know if Nicholas Jordan is transitioning, but the name is Nicholas. So I take Nicholas. Tom, would that be a boy's name?
Usually that is.
Yeah. That's what, last check, that's what I would think. Or Nikki. Yeah, like Nikki Haley.
It says it says Nicholas, and it's spelled Nicholas. Nicholas. And police said it's isolated incident, like it was between people who knew each other. But it was not a random attack. Even though each one was shot at least once, the coroner still has to determine how they died.
Yep. I'm looking at. It just disappeared. No, that was a person he shot. So I got. I mean, nowadays we have to ask that question, especially when it comes to shootings. But sad that 2 people lost their life. 26-year-old and a 24-year-old lost their life because somebody, God only knows what happened.
It was probably an argument over weed.
Yeah, who knows?
The devil's
Morning
lettuce.
show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, serving up breakfast as we speak. Get in there for a great home-style breakfast for lunch. Oh, we got something that you got to try. The bacon barbecue wrapped burger. It is a burger that is completely wrapped with bacon and then sautéed barbecue sauce, and then it's stuck in the smoker. And it's cooked.
Love and deliciousness.
Can you imagine cutting that thing open and all the juice from the barbecue sauce and all the bacon juice and that's got to be awesome. Go in there and try it for lunch today, or try one of the their lunch specials or the barbecue. 811 West Main and Artesia, Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Call in advance if you'd like to order food for everybody in the office or on location. Want to say thanks to the men and women that work in the patch. Buy them lunch, 575-736-2573. Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue can prepare it. You pick it up, bring it out on location. I guarantee you, folks that work for you are going to be very, very happy. Tom on the text, good news of the day up next.
All right, so at least 3 people, this text is saying, with Tom by himself, went to Hawaii last year, says the text. Hey, Cactus from Carlsbad, she wants to wish her son, Aiden, a happy 18th birthday. So happy birthday, Aiden Faulkner. It is your birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Enjoy it as much as you can. And who would win? Duel, Trump or Biden? Who would win that duel?
I definitely think it would be Trump, even though he's not a gun enthusiast. His kids are gun enthusiasts and avid hunters. I don't see. Well, remember Biden says he's got that 12 gauge.
Oh, right.
Dick
He's
Cheney.
got the 12 gauge.
Dick Cheney would win that one.
Yeah, Dick would. Yeah, he would. He
has practice.
He would, yeah,
I bet you Russ would beat him in a quick draw. Russ is a quick draw guy.
Yeah.
Did we mention Russ Black?
Well, I did right now, but yeah, he beat him.
And see, there's this train track that we're on, and there's a side chute way off over there, and that's where
Tom's like,
and
then it crashes,
and
then it crashes. Yeah,
the Biden campaign, they raised $42 million last month. That's more than the entire Trump campaign is on hand right now. This texter is claiming this more.
I haven't checked that. I will check it. Campaign finance. Yeah, I'll check to see where Trump is. I know Trump had a lot of collections, but look, Democrats outraised Republicans in every race. This is not something new, because Democrats have all the. They want you to believe that all the uber wealthy support Republicans. That is not the case. That is not the case. Look, the Hollywood elites are far and few between when it comes to supporting Republicans.
Okay.
Tom?
Almost. Yeah. Let's see. We're caught up with the text.
Of course we are.
Thank you. I mean, I can't even look up. Never mind. God bless you.
Does Mother Nature take Venmo? What does the tax do for climate change, Tom?
Don't know.
Okay.
Can we get AI in here?
Well, I didn't know. That's why I didn't read that text, because I don't really know what they're trying to say.
So you don't know what kind of payments Mother Nature takes?
You don't.
Oh, so what does the tax for climate change do? Who gets that? That's the point.
Well, good point. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yes.
You don't get that point at all?
Yeah.
No? You don't understand that they're saying if you institute a tax for climate change, Mother Nature's not getting that tax for climate change. Where does it go?
Don't know. You know where it goes?
I'm sorry, B. I tried.
God bless you guys. I'm dying.
Some things are just too complicated for my brain.
Like words.
Yeah. Like basic math.
Right.
Yeah.
Words and numbers.
Yeah, very complicated. Yeah.
Poop of the day brought to you by.
God bless. Poop of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. They got the experience. Let them do your blood work and do the deep dive into what's going on. If your body's talking to you, yeah, it's probably telling you you're just not listening. So when the body talks to you, there is an issue most of the time. Go have the blood work done and let them break it down. They'll spend a lot of time with you. If you're living in pain, they offer stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and hormonal optimization. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Ladies, if you're going through hormonal issues, let them do hormonal optimization for you. And guys, testosterone is the key to you continuing to feel like a young man. True story. True story. No doubt. Go get the blood work done, see where your testosterone is, and talk to Kelly and his staff today. Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, online at thedesertfma.com. They're on Facebook, or visit them at 3900 North Lovington Highway. Hobbs America, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
The next time you get annoyed at a store clerk for allowing someone to break the 10 items or less express lane rule, consider this. There's a chance they're being held at gunpoint. A guy named Jesse Garrett was checking out at a Schnucks supermarket in Missouri last Tuesday when an employee confronted him. He was in an express lane for people who had 10 items or fewer.
Right.
And he had like 3 times that.
Uh-oh.
But rather than move, Jesse lifted his shirt and showed the employee a handgun in his waistband.
Ow.
The employee, of course, immediately backed off and called 911. The cops tracked Jesse down. He was still inside the Schnucks. He initially denied having a firearm, but the cops found a loaded gun stashed on a nearby store shelf behind some candy. Now, Jesse admitted to brandishing the gun, but said he did it, quote, playfully. He also admitted to lying about having the gun, but he said he had a good reason. He's a convicted felon and he's not allowed to have the gun.
Oh.
And Jesse is facing at least 2 charges, unlawfully possessing a firearm and unlawful use of a weapon. Both are felonies. And for doing that inside the supermarket, not to mention breaking the 10 items or less rule, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Get in touch with them today. All right, one story I found when it comes to campaign finance. Trump has amassed $130 million in the final months of the last year. That's the latest spending report or fundraising report. But he's got about $42 million that he already had going into election year. He's got a lot of expenses when it comes to lawyers, all these different things. So that left him, he amassed $130 million in the final months. And the Biden campaign amassed $46 million in the final months. I'm trying to see the total. Biden political operating raised about $97 million. He's got about $117 million on hand. Trump, how much did it say Trump had? $130 million. So I don't know. That's pretty neck and neck when it comes to fundraising. Mm-hmm. But, nowadays that's not even that important because these PACs can run advertising, and that takes things to a different level. A lot of times you hear these campaigns, these PACs, and it sounds like it's an ad for Joe Biden or Donald Trump, and it might be, but it's not paid for by the campaign. So it takes it to a whole nother level. All right, documents reveal Joe Biden's great-great-grandfather was pardoned by Abe Lincoln. Yes, a Republican pardoned Joe Biden's great-grandfather.
Oh, man.
So Joe Biden in power now, granting pardons. His great-great-grandfather was pardoned by Abe Lincoln.
So
historians writing the story in the New York Post.
So it's Lincoln's fault we now have Joe Biden.
Yes. Moses Robinette was Biden's great-great-grandfather, and he was pardoned by Lincoln after he was charged with attempted murder following a brawl in 1864.
I bet
Can
he
you
was a
imagine?
racist, too.
Yeah, but I mean, think of Joe Biden's temper. He got it from the grandfather.
Somebody.
Yeah. Albuquerque Police Department launching internal investigation into the crash involving the police chief. That happened over the weekend in Albuquerque. Harold Medina involved in a crash early Saturday morning that sent a man to the hospital. The investigation by the Albuquerque Police Department is requested. It was requested by the chief. And part of the reason they said that he heard gunshots fired, and that's why the accident. So they're going to investigate. We'll see where that goes. There are people saying that maybe there was something inappropriate going on. So, of course, they're going to say, hey, we'll investigate. And I have to say, the chief ordered the investigation. That's always a good sign. Julian Assange's lawyers are going to begin their final UK legal challenge on Tuesday to stop the WikiLeaks founder from being sent to the United States to face spying charges. 52-year-old Assange has been fighting extradition for more than a decade. Of course, remember he was held up in that Ecuadorian embassy in London for like 5 years. It was like a high-security prison for him. So, question, Tom, do you think Julian Assange spied?
Yeah.
You do?
Yep.
I think Julian is a big whistleblower and let everybody know what's really going on.
Yep.
Yeah. And what was the other guy's name? Snowden?
Yes. AJ Snowden.
I think Snowden did us a favor by letting us know that America was spying on its own people.
Mm-hmm. And he had to flee to Russia.
Call me.
It's so bad he had to flee to Russia.
Yeah, that's it. Police in Oklahoma investigating the death of a 16-year-old high school student after she allegedly was involved in a fight at school. Dagny Bennett, 16 years old, taken to the hospital February 8th after she was involved in a fight at school. And teen's funeral is going to be held on Thursday. Bikers Against Child Abuse Motorcycle Club led everybody at that funeral. And so they're still trying to figure it out. By the way, her mother said she's a straight-A student, animal lover, and beat up at school. School still has not addressed the issue completely. It's still under investigation. And Joe Rogan on his podcast saying the Democratic Party is setting up Gavin Newsom for a run in 2024. I've been saying that for months.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes. But I definitely think Joe Biden is going to be removed from the race. They can't win. They cannot win. I'm just going to say, I would be a little worried if Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom ran.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden is an easier path, definitely. Most definitely. Much easier. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Find them on Main Street in Artesia, full-service janitorial company. They do, of course, commercial, industrial, and oil-field cleaning. They're ready to take care of you. They do window cleaning, office cleaning. They floor stripping and waxing. They can go out in the oil patch. They can do industrial sites. Their folks are all certified when it comes to pathogen certified, hazmat certified, and PPE certified. Look, if you need cleaning supplies, they got you covered there. Call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869. Go to the website, jancojanitorial.com. Tom, before we take a break, get me updated.
All right, John from Unison. You know, those darn Democrats are getting funded by the globalists. It's no wonder they get so much political donations. The globalists want the U.S. to fall, and the only way they can do that is to keep the Democrats in power. So the Biden family, this is Tim from the Patch, just chiming in. has been getting away with that crooked crap since the 1800s? Apparently so.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yep.
And
keep going.
The climate change you just read was a stupid worded statement. This one texter saying. And the texters say AI is looking better and better and better.
Hey.
And here's a note. Maybe
at this point is looking better.
You're right.
A monkey.
And so
I'll take a baboon in the studio with Blake.
And so,
right now.
You calling Blake a baboon?
No. That's what I said. I'll take a baboon over you.
Okay. Here's a serious question. How's Will Rooney doing? Any updates on him? That texter's asking.
Will's doing good. I talked to him yesterday after a little deal, but yeah, Will is doing good.
Mm-hmm. Read the two you keep skipping.
Which one? I don't see them.
You read the ones on either side of them. What do you mean you don't see them?
I don't.
God bless us all.
God, is Harold Medina related to the Roswell mayor?
Yeah, well, no, because the
you don't know who the Roswell mayor is?
Not full investigation. That's part of the problem. He would just hit and run.
Right. And then Lane from the Patch this morning saying, I cannot wait for the day that your good news of the day is that you let Tom go.
But if you notice,
so that went along with the AI comment.
But if you notice, not a lot of hate for Tom A. lately.
I'm going to be honest.
Are you asking for it?
All that talk.
Yes.
With all that talk, you know what I would do?
What?
I would figure this out. I would. I would go home, read, be part of the show, and then make sure that I'm on my pews. But, oh, no, not Tom A. Oh, hell no.
I got up at 4:30 in the morning to watch the news, the weather, sports.
Okay, so why don't you know what the hell's going on at that?
Because I figure, he's going to have it on the show. I'm not going to.
So he doesn't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
He just watches it.
I just got it on. I turn the TV on, and then I fall back asleep like I do on the show.
He's going to have all it. Anyway.
What?
So, if he wants me to chime
and
in on
you're
it.
asking for Tom A. hate?
Yeah.
Really? Are you really?
No, but they haven't lately. So.
What are you talking about? That was 2 in a row.
Well,
what
that
more
really,
do we need?
He didn't understand.
I think they're just kidding with me on that one, but no.
Oh, no, they're not kidding.
They're not a lot of hate.
So
No.
what you're asking for is for all the people who are listening right now to text us at 877-396-9105 and let us know what they think of you. Is that what you're asking? Yes? No? They can't see your head.
I already know what they think of me.
Or then what are you asking for?
Nothing. They
you
love
sure?
really what that means is we really love Tom A. That's what that really means.
So you're asking for Tom A. love. Is that what you're asking for?
No, I think what it really means is that
he wants attention?
You're on their last damn nerve. That's what I think it means. But
Well, I just thought that was a cry for attention.
Who?
You.
Of course it is.
Please, nobody's talking about me.
I am Tom A.
Yeah,
And what does the A stand for? Attention.
Attention.
Yeah.
Hog.
Attention.
Attention hog.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, on the way, some of the stories. Chicago police arrest 4 migrants. You're not going to believe what they're charged with. Latest COVID vaccine study. Oh, this is not looking good. Snake on the helicopter. I'll get you. You've heard of Snake on the plane. This is a different story. A movie could be coming out, and it'll suck just like snakes on the plane. Federal lawsuit claims Rio Rancho police went too far. We'll tell you about that. Man arrested for stabbing a security guard in Albuquerque. We'll get you updated with that. Midland SWAT team called out to residents. I'll tell you what happened there. And a Blue City school asking the governor to send in the National Guard to the school. I'll get you updated with that story. Coming up next. All right, let's take a break. Qualifying you for the trip we're giving away to Disney News this morning. Being brought to you by your mountain getaway, Camp Tall Pines. CampTallPines.com. That's the website. You can book your reservations right there. Cool things to do when you get up to Camp Tall Pines, lots of stuff to do. Go to the Facebook page right now. You want to check on the weather, see what it looks like up there? You can go and check it out on their Facebook page as a webcam. They've got the cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, convenient RV hookups, and Scott and Jamie Miller are good people, really good people, have made lots of improvements up there. Go check them out. Give them a call, 575-687-4101. We're coming right back. We're B and the Breakfast Club. It's already 8:46. Taking a break. Let's qualify folks for that trip.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
News, I'm Joe Miller. A butterfly known to dwell along New Mexico's eastern plains and the mountains to the north, deemed threatened by the federal government, affording the species protections to prevent its extinction. A subspecies of silver spot butterfly known to survive in 10 populations through New Mexico, southern Colorado, and eastern Utah, deemed likely to die out with government intervention. Without government intervention, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announcing its decision last week. It followed a public comment period in 2022 and an assessment of the species throughout its range. A threatened status means that without improvement, its condition could soon warrant endangered status, the highest federal protection afforded to imperiled plants and animals when their extinction is believed imminent. New Mexicans could start seeing deductions in their taxes and incentives if Governor Grisham cites House Bill 252. Representative Derek Lenti, one of the sponsors for this bill, says it'll help New Mexicans hold on to more of what they earn. House Bill 252 was one of 18 bills that's a part of the omnibus tax package. According to Lenti, individual New Mexicans and low and middle class could see income tax deductions of up to $400. Incentives also part of this bill. Nearly 2 years after recreational cannabis became legal in New Mexico, lawmakers have added new rules to make sure that cannabis businesses operating in the state doing so safely. After authorities uncovered several illegal New Mexico cannabis shop operations last year, lawmakers passed a bill strengthening the rules surrounding the illegal production and sale of cannabis in the state. If signed into law, the legislation looks to build on regulations created when recreational cannabis was legalized by keeping unlicensed products away from customers. It would also add rules that make sure anyone who wants a license must get a federal and state background check. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
If you're looking for a career, not just a job, join the family of excellence at Lucky Services. Now hiring CDL truck drivers, floor hands, and derrick hands. Bring a friend, and both of you get a $500 Visa card after 6 months and a $1,000 Visa card after 1 year. Apply at LuckyFamilyInc.com or in person, 6210 Lovington Highway in Hobbs or 7103 FM 1788 in Midland. Lucky Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Los Alamos Ammo presents the Lovington Gun Show February 24th and 25th at the Lee County Fairgrounds, 101 South Commercial Street, 9 till 5 Saturday, 10 till 4 Sunday. This is a buy, sell, and trade gun and knife show, and everyone is welcome. There's plenty to see and do, so bring the whole family. It's the Lovington Gun and Knife Show, presented by Los Alamos Ammo, February 24th and 25th at the Lee County Fairgrounds in Lovington, New Mexico. Be there.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, 24
2403 Avenue O, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years. Would like to wish the Cardinals another great season and also encourage everybody to show up in support of all Eunice Cardinal sports. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes. They have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. That's Guns Up Services LLC, helping to keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice, or call at 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals!
The Eunice Cardinals are 19-5 on the season and 6-0 in district play, and it would be easy for them to overlook their next two opponents. But Coach Mason McBee says his Cardinals are not going to take anything for granted.
I still think one team's within reach of us in the district. If Dial were to happen to beat Loving and win the other one, then they would probably come in and have a chance to tie us for district champion. So we're just going to have to approach it one game at a time. Hopefully we get that last Dial game and get the Hageman and then set ourselves up good for the district tournament.
And McBee is very much aware that one of these Cinderella teams, the Slipper, could fit and cause them all kinds of havoc.
It's real easy to look ahead, but we really can't do that. If we drop a game anywhere along the way, it could really affect the seeding and where we get into the tournament. We'd like to stay where we're at, so we know how big these games are. The kids, we basically been approaching them like we've started state already, and that's kind of been our approach, and it's done well for us.
Jowl comes to Eunice Friday night, 7:30 tip-off.
This Eunice Cardinals update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O in Eunice, proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals!
What happens in the Breakfast Club stays in the Breakfast Club.
And the Breakfast Club.
Get your ass out of bed.
Yeah.
Not afraid to talk the talk. And we walk with a limp. Be in the Breakfast Club.
He said it is what it is. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is.
Tonight on CSI Library, Maxine and Josh track down an overdue copy of Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Catherine saves a homeless person overdosing in the bathroom without disturbing the other homeless people overdosing in the bathroom. Then chaos erupts during a reading of Cat in the Hat, forcing the entire team to deploy as emergency shushers. That's tonight on CSI Library.
How many times do we have to do CSI? I'm just wondering. A lot. All right, it looks like a Canadian tribunal ruled in favor of a customer who was given incorrect information about a bereavement fare discount on Canadian Air. Yeah. This is what they get from not employing human beings. This is what they get. By the way, he's going to get free airfare and all kind of other stuff. Anything to get the hell out of Canada. That's what I say. And a man arrested after he broke into an Ohio library at 1 o'clock in the morning. He explained that he had gotten permission from Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus gave him permission.
There was no librarian named Jesus.
No. And in Oklahoma, Mary Forsythe is getting ready to celebrate her 25th birthday. She was born on February 29th, 1924. You figure that one out, Tom. 25th birthday. Why would she be 25th birthday? Any idea?
Because she's 25 now.
Oh, well, there you go.
25 now, but she was born in 1924.
Leap year.
Oh, February. That's right.
Leap year.
Yeah, leap year. Leap year comes around how often?
Once every 4 years, I believe.
You are correct.
25 years of age. Congratulations. 8. Blake's answer is you're correct for everything.
Thank you.
It's like the man on the street.
Yes.
Have you ever seen those? They go, yes. 2 plus 2.
Yes.
7. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, correct. Samsung beats iPhone in customer satisfaction. The Samsung Galaxy S24 topped the iPhone in customer satisfaction. And I got to admit, look, I used to have Androids, and for the past 10 years or more, I've had iPhones.
Yep.
Well, last year, I got the Samsung and hated it. I mean, hated it, but I paid $800 for the phone. And then the screen, it was one of those foldable phones, and then the screen went out. And I was blessed that the screen went out because I went back and got me another iPhone. I just can't get used to it. And I tried. I just get, it's not that I don't navigate. I don't know the shortcuts that it takes for me to navigate. And I do a lot of stuff on the run. And nope, never could get used to it. But Samsung S24 toppled the iPhone 15 and the latest customer satisfaction polls. Blake, you're an Android or iPhone?
iPhone now. I used to have an Android.
Yeah, I just couldn't adjust. Tom, and yes, we know the station pays for your iPhone. Yeah. Please don't record any movies on it. I'm just throwing that out there. Please don't. All right, for the betterment of everybody.
Yeah.
Betterment of humanity, please don't record any movies. Please. 8:57. 8:57. Tom on the text, and we're coming back talking about the Chicago police arrested 4 Venezuelans. You're not going to believe they're just here for a better life, damn it. We'll get to that next.
Of course
they. Text. I love you, Tommy, but I feel sorry for you. Goes on to say, and I feel sorry for the people that have to work for you.
God bless America.
And work with you, but you know what? I still love you, says the text. Another one says, train in the pants. He's chiming in. And, people like Tom, what is wrong with this country? Hang them high. It says, train in the pants.
Well, he's still waiting for somebody to read the text for him.
Yeah. So,
he is.
And John from Eunice, boy, he is just laughing out loud this morning. He says, watching the news is one thing, Tom, but being able to comprehend what you're hearing is something completely
and that's
different.
I mean, he says he watches the news, but when I ask if you've seen that story, I get crickets.
Well, my brain takes a picture of it. I haven't.
It's like a check that your butt can't cash. Is that what you're saying?
That's how I do it. Right,
is it a black and white picture or is it color?
It's right there, Blake. Anyway,
he's trying to kill me.
You're the man,
Chicago.
Tom. You're the man. This is one more texter.
Yeah. Well, at least you think he's a man. Chicago police arrested.
Till he's wearing that thong.
Yeah, I mean, you put on that thong, you might have different things to say. Chicago police arrested a Venezuelan migrants, or 4 Venezuelan migrants, for allegedly strangling and robbing a man on a train. Once you get on that train, you just want to go from point A to point B. You don't want to be like strangled. So these folks, 22-year-old, 21-year-old, 20-year-old, and 18-year-old. And you know what I say? You come to America. You break the law. Why aren't we having like a straight shot to send them back to Venezuela? Do not pass go. Do not do anything. Just send them right back. By the way, all addresses that they gave, the migrant shelter where they were getting free housing and free cash. 35,000 migrants living in the city of Chicago right now. You don't have anything to do besides rob and strangle people? And I'm going to say this, Joe Biden and this administration, you've got blood on your hands because your job is protecting American citizens. Your job is not protecting foreigners. Your job is protecting American citizens. Got the COVID vaccine? Blake, did you get the COVID vaccine?
Nope.
You're the only smart.
Oh, nope.
My wife talked me into getting it, And my blood pressure cratered both times I got it. And the reason I got it so I could come to the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that got it for reasons other than wanting to get it.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Long-term effect, we don't know. Vaccines are to protect us.
Yes. Most people that I know who are paramedics and nurses also decline.
Right. So we've got long lingering effects of COVID, maybe even the COVID vaccine. We don't know. There are neurological problems, blood problems, heart-related conditions. New study coming out talking about the mRNA made by Pfizer and Moderna. By the way, have you seen the profits those two companies made? Oh,
billions.
Billions upon billions of dollars. More than 13 billion doses of the COVID vaccine administered globally in the past 3 years. How many people's lives did it save? Oh, they say millions. Are we sure?
Apparently it saved people from car crashes and the flu and all those other things they stopped keeping track of.
But the adverse effects should be looked at. Mm-hmm. And there are 13 medical conditions that this report says is considered adverse events that happen after you got the vaccine. So this new report, go look at the article. It's in Bloomberg. Kind of interesting. Snake gets on a plane. Oh, wait. It's actually a helicopter. You heard of snakes on the plane, though.
I'm so tired of these MF snakes on this MF plane.
Yeah. So this snake is curled up on the wheels of the plane. Somebody took a picture of the MH-60 helicopter. It was a 2-foot-long corn snake. Kind of like a rat snake.
Yes, beneficial snakes.
Yeah,
Let them do their job.
Federal lawsuit claims Rio Rancho police went too far in a response to a 911 call. Rio Rancho claiming in the new lawsuit, accusing officers of illegally entering her home and then using excessive force to arrest her. Her attorney says now that the officers should have just walked away. This happened about 3 years ago when the Rio Rancho officers responded to a home off Western Hills near Rio Rancho. And Rio Rancho officers apparently mail called in saying that there was, saying that he needed police there and then hung up on him. So when they get that type of call, I would think they're rushing in. Rachel Archuleta says different, that they shouldn't enter the home. So we'll see where this lawsuit going. We'll keep you updated with that. And a man arrested for stabbing a security guard during a shoplifting spree. Albuquerque police arrested the man for stabbing the security guard after stealing hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise at an Albuquerque store. According to the criminal complaint, police say that Ernest Navasak walked into the Ross Dress for Less store, stole about $300 worth of items, facing shoplifting charges, battery, resisting arrest, and more. Looks like he will be detained until his trial comes up. And Midland SWAT called in after a resident alleged assault occurred. City of Midland, Channel 9, News West 9 in Midland said the SWAT team was called out. And allegedly after an assault happened, the person was taken into custody after resisting arrest. And I got one more story about a Blue City school is now calling for the governor to send in the National Guard to tame violence and drug use in the school.
Yeah.
Calling the National Guard. Governor Healy, Democrat from Massachusetts, saying that we need to have the National Guard coming in here. Things are out of control. Drug use, fighting in the halls, and so on. So we wonder why kids can't learn nowadays because certain groups of people in the school system have got other things to do, like fight and that type of stuff. It all started with them taking their cell phones away. I don't know if you saw that video of them taking their cell phones away, saying, well, they didn't take the cell phones away. They just said cell phones not allowed in school. Oh, they went crazy about that. Calling the National Guard. How about calling some parents? Wouldn't that work? I guess it wouldn't. All right, Tom, text line. We're going to take a break. It's 9:06. Good news of the day coming up in just a second. We are BN the Breakfast Club.
All right, Mad Dog is on the line. Good morning. You're on BN the Breakfast Club.
Where was this National Guard getting called out to the schools at?
Massachusetts. We need the National Guard. We can't control these kids.
Wow. I think they ought to do it in Los Angeles on the gangs. I think that'd be a good use of the National Guards to go in there and wipe the gangs out. But that isn't why I called. The reason I called was on these lawsuits. I guess y'all have heard, probably already talked about the European Union suing Apple for like 459, I don't know if it was million or billion, probably million. But did y'all hear about that? The European Union going to sue Apple for a big sum of money, and it it's not a coincidence. I don't think that it came out right after Trump's deal, getting sued for $355 million. And then Lindsey Graham gets on TV and says they ought to declare Russia a state sponsor of terrorism so that they can sue them, in American courts for $300 and something million. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you think that's going to work? Like, they got in an uproar when whatever that guy's name is, I can't pronounce it.
I'm about sick and tired of Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, they killed that guy, and then not long after Biden said there's going to be consequences, did you hear they killed another one of those guys that was, a threat to communism or whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? Where do we have any room to talk? I mean, where do we have any room to talk? Jeffrey Epstein, off. Think about it.
Yep.
Where do we have any room to talk?
The only thing that Trump hadn't had done to him is get thrown in jail and get poisoned. And just like you said yesterday, that deal trying to get Trump to go over there to the front lines, that ain't nothing but there'll be another plane crash. And they'll say, well, heck, we didn't realize his plane crashed over there,
Yeah.
I mean, Trump's smarter than that, I hope. But
I would hope.
Well,
sometimes people let their ego run away with them.
Y'all have a good day. See you later. Bye.
Appreciate you. All right, number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror times 1 times 5 times 10 magnification. Get your mirror online at atlasmakeupmirror.com. Check out the videos on Instagram and on Facebook. The best mirror on the market, times 1 times 5 times 10 magnification, LED lights. Comes in a traveling case. This thing is ready to go. Weighs less than 4 pounds in the traveling case. Or you can have the one that mounts right onto your bathroom wall. Super cool. Give Rebecca Long, local inventor, a call. 575-631-3189 to go to the website atlasmakeupmirror.com. 9:09. We're going to take a break. Tom, quickly wrap her up.
Vaccine is probably where your health problems are from.
Could
be.
Don't know. Could.
It's an mRNA, and they did a study not that long ago where they were talking about, the Surgeon General of Florida was talking about how in vaccines, there is DNA in there, and that mRNA can let some of that DNA enter your cells, which can have adverse health effects.
I am actually taking a something that takes the RNA out of my system. And it's a Japanese, I told you about it, Blake. It's a Japanese, it started, they've been using it in Japan and in China for a long, extremely long time. And it actually will eat up blood clots. And it also eats up the vaccine, RNA, the mRNA. So, just saying, yeah, I'm on top of that, and I'm looking for the name of it. I take all kind of medicinal medicine. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe I'm overkill, but you know what? If I am, I am, and you know, if I throw a little extra money at it, I'm good. So I'm looking for the name. It's a Japanese.
Nattokinase?
Yeah, there you go.
Dude from Lovington chiming in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you can take that, and it actually eats up all blood clots and all kind of other stuff. Wow. So if you think you could be having a stroke, it will eat up the blood clot.
Interesting.
And it destroys the mRNA. Yep. So, don't believe me, go check it out. So, I'm one of these guys that if I see something, Desert Functional, by the way, gave me that. They're the ones that told me to start taking that. So, I'm a functional medicine guy, for sure. All right, Tom, anything else?
All right, so this one text is saying, you know what, I may not be the smartest person like Tom is, but you know what? I do listen to the red flags in it. Someone has to send in the National Guard to tame a school that's sad. I mean, that is pathetic. Really pathetic, says the text.
I mean, you would think you could call, but you can't call parents. I mean, you can't call parents. I mean, sad. I mean, there are good parents out there, but there are lots of bad parents that don't care about the kids. And the kids are basically raising themselves. Sad but true. Anything else, Tom?
Yeah, and this Smoking Arizona is chiming in about that Eastside High School. He believes that's the high school that Morgan Freeman starred in that movie. I don't remember the name. Stand By Me or Stand By You? What was it? I don't know.
No, I don't want to stand by you. You're a crop duster. Sorry, I don't want to get that close.
Speaking of, B, we got a skunk underneath the studio.
Well, call the exterminator.
I mean, Blake smelled it right away.
Well, call the exterminator, and, you know, the smeller is the feller.
Well, what'd you do when you had your skunks over there in Texas?
Call the exterminator. I'll say it again. Call the exterminator.
But you know how it is. People don't want to kill animals.
Call the exterminator. You know what the job of the exterminator is?
To exterminate?
Oh, thank you. You figured it out. Finally.
Call the exterminator.
Right. By the way, one more story before I take a break. We're about to have a tsunami of silver. The record number of Americans set to turn 65.
Whoa.
Could we bankrupt Social Security?
Probably.
4.1 million Americans will turn 65 this year.
Seeing how they took it out of being its own fund and put it in the general fund? Yeah.
No. We can't have your money in a safe box. We got to put it in the general fund. We need it to fund other people.
We can't do what we said we were going to do with it.
By the way, I just downloaded Atlas Scruggs, the book, Scrubbed. So I downloaded it as we were in a commercial break. So I will start reading.
It's a good book.
Tonight.
You're gonna go, holy cow. This came out when?
Yeah.
Right.
So and I'll watch the movie too. Yeah. I'll watch both of them.
Yep.
I'll read the book and watch it. So
there you go.
Anything else, Tom?
Yeah, well, this is not new to southeast New Mexico with the National Guard. Back in the 1970s, the National Guard was sent to Hobbs High. Anybody remember that? Ask the text. Go back in the archives there, Billy, for that. No, I don't have no idea.
Don't know.
I don't remember. Not saying it's not true. All right, we got to take a break. Keep you updated with everything going on. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main and Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And ladies, if you've been thinking about personal protection, they've got you covered. 1907 North Main and Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock. Good people to deal with. They've got all your ammo, everything that you might need. Tune up your bow. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. Good-looking day today, sunny and 80. Blowing dust tomorrow. Winds getting up to about 40 miles an hour. All right, we're going to take a break, get you updated with all the news being brought to you by David Trujillo, Republican, running for County Commissioner, District 1, registered Republican, Desert Storm, Army veteran, 15 years of service in the military. Also, for about 17 years, he's been a safety supervisor, an OSHA instructor, and for 20 years, he's been a city commissioner or a mayor or the mayor pro tem in Lovington. He's got the experience, understands budgets, understands how to go get money from the state when it comes to, capital improvements and that type of stuff. David was part of that when he went and got that $21 million for the Main Street project to resurface downtown Lovington. David Trujillo says he sure could use your vote. Find out more information. He's got a Facebook page. You can go check him out there. David Trujillo running for County Commissioner, District 1. He's a registered Republican. This message paid for by David Trujillo. Taking a break. We're coming back. Good news of the day. Up next, 16 minutes after 9, 9:16, W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's...
In the snow outside the polar wolf prison, Lyudmila Navalnaya with an appeal to the president.
I'm addressing you, Vladimir Putin. The solution to the issue depends only on you. Let me finally see my son.
Alexei Navalny died on Friday. His widow Yulia, who's promised to carry on his work opposing President Putin, believes he was poisoned.
Fox's Jonathan Savage, the man who shot and killed 2 police officers and a firefighter after a standoff in Burnsville, Minnesota Sunday, was legally banned from having firearms.
He was later found dead inside the home. Court records show Gooden had lost his right to own a gun because of a 2007 felony assault conviction and unsuccessfully tried to have his rights restored in 2020.
Fox's Tanya J. Power stocks, especially on the tech-heavy NASDAQ, are mostly lower this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP nipple up and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S Oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
The Lovington Wildcats have a shining 14-10 record on the season, but they're only 2-2 district, and their 2 losses to league-leading Artesia while beating Portales and Goddard. Coach Casey Peck says they need to win these last 2 district games on the road and secure the number 2 playoff spot in the district tournament.
Artesia controls their road now. You know, they think they play Portales. Portales has to go there, and we're the last 2 on the road. So we just got to make sure we take care of second, no matter what. And hopefully something happens, that helps us.
And for the first time this season, the team is healthy.
We're real healthy this year. Kale's back. I mean, everybody's back. So we're healthy and we're ready. We're make a run now. So
the Wildcats will be at Goddard earlier this week, and then finish up the season in Portales against a very dangerous Rams team. They're 15-9 on the year and 2-2 in district play.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
NM Junk Masters, Lee County's #1 junk removal services, are here to help. Trusted and highly recommended, they specialize in junk removal, small demolitions, decluttering, and much more. If you're tired of the junk and you need some help getting your space back, give NM Junk Masters a call. 575-552-5093, or find them on Facebook. NM Junk Masters. They make a world of difference.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
If you're looking for a career, not just a job, join the family of excellence at Lucky Services. Now hiring CDL truck drivers, floor hands, and derrick hands. Bring a friend, and both of you get a $500 Visa card after 6 months and a $1,000 Visa card after 1 year. Apply at LuckyFamilyInc.com or in person, 6210 Lovington Highway in Hobbs or 7103 FM 1788 in Midland. Lucky Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could hurt. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Contact New Mexico and Texas Allstate agent Todd Hyden today. 806-792-3044. That's 806-792-3044.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and it's time to announce the Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan's Guaranteed Approval Program. It's a new year, and it's time for a new you. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan has partnered with local banks to bring this opportunity to you. Do you have a job? You're approved. Do you have a passport, a driver's license, or an ID? You're approved. What about an ITIN number? You're approved. Good credit or bad credit, if you're over the age of 18 and currently employed, you're approved. At Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, your job is your credit. Plus, take advantage of the amazing rates on new and pre-owned vehicles. Get rates as low as 1.9% on select new vehicles. Save big today on cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. With over 300 pre-owned vehicles on the lot and another 300 at our off-site location, we have what you need. Save big now with up to $10,000 off on select new 1,500 trucks and new cars starting as low as $19,000. Now's the time to take advantage. You got to get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan today. 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
Beat and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Yeah, let's just get this over with.
All right, another day in paradise. We are BM, the Breakfast Club. Tom, where can anacondas be found?
Well, if Tom was here, he would say he didn't know.
Damn, okay, I got to wait till
I
he
would
gets
say,
back.
here he comes. I would say in a Cardi B song.
Yeah, maybe.
Here's Tom.
All right, anacondas, Tom, where are they, where can they be found?
Spider webs, I believe.
Spider webs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They eat spiders.
Anacondas eat spiders.
I think they could. Well, I don't know if they could eat you. That's a lot to swallow.
I don't
They're
know.
vegetarian animals.
They are not vegetarian, Tom. It's one of the largest snakes in the world, and they are in South America.
What do they eat?
Colombia.
Spiders.
They eat tribal people, deer.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, New Mexico-based researchers discovering new species of giant anacondas. So they're doing research in New Mexico on anacondas. Please do not release them in a lake. I've seen the damn movie. Please don't do it. So New Mexico Highlands University is actually doing all the research. Store owner, 70 years old, scares off a would-be robber he pulled out a machete. Yeah, store owner pulled out the machete, and Tacoma, Washington, that scared him off.
Sure it would.
Started chanting, Nalif Queen, 70 years old. Scared them the hell off. He went straight up tribal on them. California man used a fake military uniform and decades-old images to steal money. Yeah. He, by the way, was on the run, but they did arrest him. Yeah. By the way, he was not a member of the Reading Police Department, was not a member of the neighborhood police unit, but congratulations for thinking that you were. Stealing all kind of stuff and giving law enforcement a bad name. Idaho Supreme Court to help enforce minor surgery ban. So Idaho Supreme Court looks like they could stand up and do the right thing. Why would a minor need a surgery without the permission of their mom and dad, especially when it comes to cutting off genitalia?
You definitely need permission from mom and dad.
Yes. I think that you would. I would think that you would. All right, we got to get to the good news of the day. Tom in the text.
All right. Is it legal to stop paying Social Security? Asked the texter.
No. There are certain guidelines that you don't have to pay Social Security. Number one, if you're a member of the railroad industry, because they have their own retirement, and if you're a teacher. Is that it?
I'm not sure.
No, I think you still have to pay in Social Security.
Do you?
I think so.
Maybe
not. Because
I think you're exempt. I think you're exempt.
That may be because there are some other municipal entities who have their own retirement things too.
Yeah. I think you're exempt if you have your own return. Yeah. But I think it's got to be like a municipality or a teacher's union or whatever.
Like para-retirement.
Right, something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
One more text, but these kids today have no consequences for their actions. And parents that will bring a lawsuit for every little thing that they can. Come on now. Just look up how many times your local schools have been sued, says the text.
All right, good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes. 1109 West Avenue D, Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. You can take care of all your insurance. Call Rustin Hayes today, 575-396-0513. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So a digital artist in New York named Max Klamatsky has been helping out random people by redesigning their flyers for things like cleaning and babysitting services. You know, the kind with the little phone number you tear off at the bottom. He does it for free, and he doesn't even tell the people that he's doing it. For example, he found a boring one for a cleaning service called the Clean Team. So he made a snazzy new flyer where they rebranded them like superheroes. And you can go find a video of that online. And the FDA approved the first drug to treat severe food allergies for things like milk, eggs, and peanuts. They also just approved the first drug to treat frostbite. And that's pretty interesting because of how frostbite actually develops. Anyway, a guy in Nebraska was cleaning out his glove box, and he found an old, unscratched lottery ticket for a game called Trucks and Bucks. Yeah, that's a Nebraska one. And he won the grand prize, a new Ford F-150 pickup. He's been driving around with that ticket in there for months, he said.
I bet.
They also took care of all the taxes, so the full thing was valued at $81,000.
Wow.
And that is your good news of the day.
Sure is.
All right, we got to get updated, find out what's going on with news, Tom. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Get up at 4:30 and watch the news, please.
We expect a report.
Oh, please. Yeah, give us
me
all.
and my Monahan's get up together. I feed him. And then
Oh, that's awesome. God bless
Well,
you.
bring
God.
your cat. We'll interview him.
Yeah. We'll let it pee in the studio. That way you can't smell the skunk or the bad gases.
Oh, good luck.
All of the above. All right. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC job that can take care of you. Enrique Rocha is the guy. He's our go-to guy when it comes to anything to do with air conditioning or heating, especially air conditioning when we have transmitters that need to stay cool. He's the guy that saves the day. Give him a call, 575-631-1999. Call him today. I'm going to leave you with a thought for the day. Never be ashamed of the work that puts food on your table.
Amen.
Smaller salary is better than waiting for somebody to hand you money. God bless you. I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of Be in the Breakfast Club. Be safe.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oilfield